House Republican leader addresses the Israeli parliament and vows ironclad U.S. support to eradicate Hamas.
House Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik promised U.S. support for Israel's fight to eradicate Hamas during an impassioned speech Sunday before the Jewish state's Knesset. She said the only acceptable outcome is total victory over the terrorist group. Stefanik is the highest-ranking House member to visit Israel since Hamas's October 7th attack. During the speech, she blasted the Biden administration's bid to hold up weapons sales to Israel and said Republicans in Congress will fight back against Democratic efforts to sever the historically close alliance between the United States and Israel. Stefanik warned that without the total eradication of Hamas, a fresh wave of terrorism could arrive in America. Bernie Penn reporting.
The deaths of Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi and foreign minister leave the country without two influential leaders, and analysts and regional officials expect little change in Iran's foreign or domestic policies. Defense Secretary Austin says the U.S. is monitoring events.
We don't have any insights into the cause of the accident at this point. And certainly, I know the Iranians are investigating or will investigate, and so we'll see what the outcome is once their investigation is complete.
This is SRN News. A Christian teacher wins a legal battle.
Jessica Tapia was fired by California's Jerupa Valley High School because she refused to use transgender pronouns for her students or agreed to keep their so-called gender transitions a secret from their parents. Tapia filed suit with the help of advocates for faith and freedom, and now the school district has agreed to pay $360,000 to settle the matter out of court. A statement from AFF says, quote, religious freedom is protected no matter what your job. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
The NFL is distancing itself from Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker, who condemned abortion during a commencement address at Benedictine College. Butker also.
Hey, GH25, good morning to you, buddy. RW Smackdown, how you doing?
Quote, Harrison Butker's views are not those of the NFL as an organization. Butker is a conservative Catholic. This is SRN News. I'm Rhonda.
Okay, so Domino's perfect combo includes 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8 cinnamon twists, and a 2-liter of Coke. Today we're on the street asking real people how much they think it all cost. All of it? All of it. $44, $45, $34.99. The 2 pizzas are topping.
I didn't get to watch Raw last night. I'm going to talk about it, but what happened? What you doing, Colin? How you doing? I'm doing all right. Just keep supporting the show. And everything. Hey, Summit. Good morning, Mama Jones. Oh, no. I knew they were going to do that. Gunther's going to win the King of the Ring. It'll be him and Randy Orton in the finals.
Cashback account from Southern States Bank, where debit card transactions earn you cashback. With our Southern Rewards cashback account, you can earn up to $30.
I think it is a good time for some tea, my friend. I agree.
Visit your nearest branch and check us out online at southernstatesbank.net to learn more. Southern States Bank, your bank, your rewards. Equal housing number, FDIC, and MLS number 410611.
Insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newnan, Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Randy Orton is the one I see you going for, RW. But I think Gunther's going to win the King of the Ring. They're going to set him up to go for the championship eventually. World title on Raw.
7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Colonel here from Callaway Force. Callaway Force is Newman's own addiction.
That's true.
Support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost.
Good morning, everybody else is on with us. Like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube page as you were coming on. If you want to help out in the patreon.com/RyanO'Neal. That's patreon.com. No, not Ryan O'Neal, RyanORadio. I'm sorry. Patreon.com/RyanORadio, and you can help out a brother for those that are coming on. I've seen a lot of people popping up. They're not responding yet, but we're just going to tell you this is RyanORadio Penitentiary, lockdown on 99.1 FM WQEE in Atlanta. And if you want to support the RyanORadio Penitentiary show, go to patreon.com/RyanORadio. I'm doing good this morning, guys. Just trying to wake up, GH25.
Mentoring program for middle school and high school kids. We also have an after-school program for kindergarten through fifth grade. And so these programs you have for the kids are free of cost for the children. And so we do fundraisers. Right now we're doing a fundraiser with these Malachi Project t-shirts for a $25 donation. You can receive a Malachi Project t-shirt, and your donation will go into.
That would be cool if Cena could come back and do that one more time, RW.
May 24th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you would like to contribute to this fundraiser, this cause we are doing with the Malachi Project, you can call or text 770-639-8685.
This is Holly Reese with Warrior Defenders. Tune in every Monday at 10:30 a.m. for Empower Strikes Back on WQEE, the Key 99.1 FM.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Yeah, he's about right with that. Good day to everybody coming on. It's time to come into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You are in lockdown. Let's kick it off. Here we go. Your time, I'm time. Let's get it going. Tell them, John. Yeah, it is. That's because I'm on the radio. Oh, I am the franchise. You can't see me because I'm on the radio unless you're on the YouTube page. Go to the YouTube page and like, subscribe, and share. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the RyanORadio media page. Oh, well, actually, that's on the Shoutcast Shout Out Loud. On the RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, 25 radio stations, internet, and real radio on the Navajo Nation across New Mexico, Arizona, and beyond. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada. Hey, welcome back in after they're having Victoria Day off yesterday, celebrating their day yesterday, day off. Now they're back to work. And right here on 99.1 FM, WQEE, the Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and so much more. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I am the one, the only, Ryan O'Neal. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. I tell it like it is, and if they cry about it, they cry about it. They can't handle the truth or tell me when I'm telling lies. Welcome into period number 1 of your 3 periods. Nonstop play, sports, entertainment, and more. We got it all going on, having a good time. We'll talk a little bit of WWE for you this morning. Gunther beat Jey Uso last night for you wrestling fans out there. I got a feeling he's going to face Randy Orton in the finals at King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. I think it's later, going into this month or going into the next month. So I have to make sure when that pay-per-view is. Also, guys, we got Shane B joining us in the final period for movie reviews. And that's what our poll question is. We'll get into that in just a few moments. The new number 1 movie. We'll talk about the new number 1 movie, which is kind of family friendly. We'll see what our good friend Shane B has to say about that. Joining us again right here will be the one, the only, our good friend Richard Holdridge from the Sports Beat, weekdays from 2 to 3 p.m. on the network. Richard and I are going to talk a little UFL football, get ready for CFL preseason began last night. We'll tell you what happened there and so much more. So you got some sports action for you. All that and some of your headline news, including an 8th person has died related to last week's fast-moving strong storms that hit Houston. We'll get into that, and we'll talk about something that is a little bit more controversial this morning. That's right, croissants or egg McMuffins. No, I'm just kidding. We'll get into Israel at war, ladies and gentlemen. ICC has issued arrest warrants for Netanyahu as well as 3 Hamas leaders. We'll tell you what the International Criminal Court has announced. Also, we'll dive into a few other things this morning, including a wildlife trappers trapped a 12.5 alligator that was near a nearby elementary school in Florida, ladies and gentlemen. What? We'll get into all these stories and so much more coming up this morning. All right. That would be RW. I agree with you on that one. Match Cody versus Ronan if he wins for the second big upset. Wow. Aloha, good morning. What's up with you? Welcome in, everybody. I'll say good morning to you guys. Check out our poll question this morning since we are doing movie reviews in the final period. And Ryan Reynolds' movie hit number one at the box office, If, a Family Adventure. Yeah, Pluto, real radio at 99.1 FM. Not on the internet, not just on the internet, not in my mom's basement, and not sitting around making up lies and conspiracy lies like the Snoozemax and CNN. Which of these are Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better, ladies and gentlemen? Free Guy, which is a movie about Ryan Reynolds starting in kind of as a background character in a video game. Deadpool, also Rest and Peace Department, RP Department, where he dies as a police officer and has to be a police officer in death to go after escaped demons. And The Hitman's Bodyguard, where he protects Samuel L. Jackson. 43% say Family Guy, 38% Free Guy, 43% say Free Guy, 38% say Deadpool, as well as the Rest in Peace is 5%. RIPD is 5%. They did a part 2 to that too. And The Hitman's Bodyguard, which did a part 2 to that as well, 14%. Pluto says Free Guy is my taste. There you go. Kenny, what's up? Thank you for saying that. God, prayer, love, and light. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate you, my brother, for coming in and being a fantastic human being. But I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong with Deadpool. Nope. People like Deadpool. And then they got the Deadpool and Wolverine movie now that's out. But Ryan Reynolds has hit the number one spot with this family movie, If, about an imaginary friend or something. So there you go. Met Ryan Reynolds at Tim Hortons. Nice guy. Great smile. Wow, Miss Mama Jones. She, of course, in Canada. I hope you enjoyed your day off yesterday. I know you guys had a holiday yesterday. And then you had Monday Night Football there with CFL preseason. So I know you guys were excited about that in Canada. But yeah, that is Tim Hortons. We got one here in Noonan. You did, and one in Columbus, Georgia, if you didn't know. Slept all day. Doc Brown says, hello, my beautiful people. Hello, Doc. How you doing? Doc is in the house. I appreciate you being with us, ma'am. We appreciate that. Oh, man, so much going on. We'll get in a couple little news stories here. 15 minutes past the hour. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we're near 60 degrees here in the Atlanta area. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Group can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. All right, which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better? Free Guy, 42%. Deadpool, 42%. RIPD, 4%. And the Hitman's Bodyguard, 12%. There you go. 27 in Toronto right now, says Mama Jones. And Free Guy says Bali. Thank you. I watched that one too. I thought that a lot of Ryan Reynolds stuff I can watch. He's always, his comedy, his serious stuff. When you try to watch his serious stuff, I always think of his other comedy stuff that he's done. The Proposal and all that kind of stuff. It's hard for me to take him real serious, even though he's a good, serious actor. And also, at one time, I think Ryan Reynolds, and now him and a partner do own a football team / soccer team in America, we call it, but football team outside this country. They did a series of that on FX, and you can go back and see it on Hulu, where they're following 2 seasons of their soccer team, as well as I heard he was going to try to buy one of the hockey teams in Canada. I really appreciate it. Good. There you go. What's up, Poker Man? What's up? It's his Monday night. Of course, he was down in Florida. He's back with us. He had a long weekend of going out to the casinos and showing them how to do it. Good morning, my friend. In Canada, it's called soccer too. Good. Yeah, because you guys have football as well with Canadian football. So, but some of our listeners from other countries call it that. Drew's Views. I like that. What a cool name. I live in Cornwall, where Ryan Gosling is from. What do you think of Ryan Gosling? Good actor. I didn't really like the Fall Guy interpretation all that well, but good actor. He did well in that part for what he was handed. You can't, usually people blame, you have to blame how a movie is wrote and produced, not how the actor, because there's a lot of Nicolas Cage movies I've seen, and there was one I saw, I was like, this sucks. And it's like, it's not Nicolas Cage. I mean, you take a payday. I'm not against that, but yeah, Ryan is a great comedian, funny. I like him. All right, let's see. Some other listeners. I don't remember that movie, Free Guy. It was about Ryan Gosling playing not Ryan Gosling. It was about Ryan Reynolds playing a background character in a video game. Is basically what it was. That character always dies. You know, where you go, if you're in one of these race movies one of these race video games, like Street Racer or whatever it is, the person walking up the street gets run over. That was his character in the movie. CDN football has a slightly longer field than CF. Yeah, it does have a lot longer field and only 3 downs in CFL. Nicolas Cage and that skeleton bike rider. Oh yeah, he was in Ghost Rider. That was the one you're talking about. Ghost Rider, yes. Y'all can't stop me. Laugh out loud. I love that name. You don't know me, but take care of yourselves, man. I'm done with my life. Y'all have a good one. You're not getting rid of yourself. Don't do that. American football is rugby. Yeah, that's what you guys call it. Ryan's movie, Buried. I cannot watch it. Too scary. Ooh. So, guys, tell us which Ryan Reynolds movie do you like better? I try to do more comedies than that. We've got Free Guy, 45% of the votes. Deadpool, 41% of the votes. R.I.P.D., 3% of the votes, where he played a police officer that died and went to the afterlife and was a police officer and chased down demons. And then the Hitman's Bodyguard with Samuel L. Jackson, and then the Hitman's Bodyguard's wife, too. He get 10% of the votes on that one. He's got a brand new movie out that took the #1 spot over the weekend, is the main reason we're asking that question. All right, let's jump into it. A couple of headline news for you. An 8th person is dead related to last week's fast-moving strong storms that came through America and through the Houston area of Texas and surrounding areas. Houston Fire Department spokesperson on Monday announced the death toll. She said that the person died as a result of carbon monoxide poisoning. In a statement online, the Houston County Fire Chief said that they have responded to more than 80 carbon monoxide incidents since the storm struck Thursday, requiring 4 children to be sent to local hospitals for injuries caused by generators running indoors. You can't run those indoors. Can't run them indoors. You got to keep them outside. CO poisoning is a silent killer that followed the storm. So there you go. We'll keep them in their thoughts and prayers and everything to that sort. Wow. Hey, wildlife trappers in Florida. This one's a good one for you. Went to a Florida school where an absolutely dinosaur of a alligator came wandering in the path of an elementary school. Here's the pathway of kids who were at a nearby elementary school while wildlife trappers helped relocate this 12.5-pound alligator. What? It was a long alligator. It was almost like looking at a dinosaur, they said. Well, many people feel that alligators descend from dinosaurs and everything, so it could be. You never know. There you go. 22 minutes past the hour, ladies and germs. We're holding right at, can you believe we're holding at 60 degrees in the beautiful sunny skies of Atlanta, Georgia? Beautiful sunny skies in Atlanta. Good morning in the Metro Atlanta. We appreciate you guys being with us. True Talk Station, true everything. That's what we got on tap for you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If I don't see you again, a good night. And your type of temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Let's jump into it. A couple other headline news you can read for yourself on our WQEE key page. Britain covered up a tainted blood scandal that killed thousands. Also, cargo ship in Dolly refloats, towed away from a site of the Baltimore Bridge collapse. U.S. Supreme Court declines to hear an appeal on the Maryland's weapon ban. Nope, don't get rid of those guns. And here's a disgusting one. This was the disgusting one. No, we're not talking about no hush money stuff. I'm talking about a man arrested for allegedly producing and distributing AI-generated child porn. What a disgusting thing that is. You know, you thought I was going to get into the hot topic of the day between croissants and egg McMuffins, but no. I'm not going to talk about this unless we have a little time. We might talk about it tomorrow. It's a Weird Wednesday or a True Crime Thursday. We got guests all week. Coming up tomorrow is going to be Weird Wednesday's very own from Horrifying History. The one, the only Brenda Gaskey joins us on Wednesday. And then Courtney Lizo from the Book of the Dead podcast will join us on Thursday for another episode of Unsolved Homicides across USA and the world. So we'll be doing that on Thursday. Wow. One more thing is the International Criminal Court has announced as of yesterday the applications for the arrest warrants on Monday against Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister as well, along with 3 top Hamas leaders in connection to the October attack on Israel, which sparked the current Israel-Gaza war. So the ICC prosecutors, his name is KAA Khan, announced that the applications of the warrant saying that Netanyahu and the defense minister bear responsibility for numerous war crimes. Charges include starvation at warfare, willfully causing suffering to citizens, international attacking and directly attacking citizens, extermination, persecution, and other inhumane acts at the time. Now, the Gaza Ministry of Health says on social media on Saturday that they're going to deny that you're going to come after the Hamas leaders. And everything. Arrest warrants for everyone has been sent out. And Khan is true. I guess this is a way of him trying to stop the war, putting arrest warrants on leaders in both countries. Now, Hamas is like trying to act like they didn't do anything. Hamas is trying to condemn the warrants against its leaders. So there you go. Wow. Good morning, Pete. How you doing this morning? Navajo Nation, he says, good morning to you. Sweetie says, good morning back to you. Unfortunately, back at work. Wish I wasn't. I have my blankety blank off. Oh, my goodness. Pete, good morning to you. And everything. All right. And the Gaza Ministry of Health says in a social media update Saturday that 35,386 Palestinians have died, 79,366 more than have been injured since the start of the war following Hamas's attack on October 7th. So arrest warrants are going out. I guess is the way of them trying to control this war. We don't know what's going on. We're not in the middle of that. People who are there feel certain things, and they have their rights to feel certain things on both sides because they're in the middle of it. All I can do is pray for everybody. That's all I can do, and hope this thing does end pretty soon with all the stuff that's been going on and everything. Wow. All right, which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better? Since Ryan Reynolds' new movie about him and an imaginary friend took the #1 spot over the weekend called If, here's some movies that you could choose from of the Ryan Reynolds era. 41% say Free Guy, 44% lead with Deadpool. The Hitman's Bodyguard's got 12% of the votes, and RIPD has only got 3% of those votes. Wow. Good morning, everybody out there. Thank you for being here. Yeah, prayer is a good idea. Thank you, Mama Jones. We could definitely do that. Still to come, our daily devotion, and we get in period number 2 this morning. Richard Holder joins us. We'll talk a little UFL, CFL, and all that good stuff with him this morning. And we head into period number 3 with movie reviews with Shane B. He'll tell us what he thinks about if it was a good movie, if it was good for the family. So he thinks it was. It's a Ryan Reynolds movie. Think about it. So we'll talk about all that coming up for you. And 2 NASCAR racers got into it like old dirt track style. He's got a smart mouth. Adults acting like children. What? I can't believe that. Either rich or on the Navajo Nation hanging out with Sweetleaf. Sweetleaf says, come on, hang out with us. Sue says, everybody's welcome. Well, no, not everybody, just Ryan. And you can too, come Pete. Thank you guys on the Navajo Nation. We're going to take a break. When we return here on the network and on the RyanORadio Penitentiary, we got a little bit more news for you, stuff that's going on. Going to talk about NASCAR racers, getting into it. We'll get you this, that, and the other, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. And maybe a little wrestling wrap up for you. I don't know. I don't have much on. I didn't get to watch Raw last night because as you get older, you can't stay up for 3 hours of Raw like you used to. When it goes to Netflix, it's probably going to be a different story. I was outside burning a fatty at 4 a.m. Weather was fabulous, says Mama Jones. Sweet Leaf says, that's a good time to do it. 4 a.m. Did you do it at 4:20 a.m.? What does that mean? No, I'm just kidding. Back it up.
Brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care if those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Generally sunny despite a few afternoon clouds, high near 84, winds light and variable. Mainly clear early, then a few clouds after midnight, low near 61, winds light and variable. A mix of sun and clouds on Wednesday, high near 85.
Finish at 4:20. Timing is everything. Tell me.
Thursday with a stray shower, thunder shower possible. Winds south-southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour, high near 86. A few clouds from time to time on Thursday. Winds light and variable. Isolated thunder showers back in the forecast on Friday with a high near 83 or 30% chance of showers. And partly cloudy skies will low near 66 on Friday night. Both light and variable throughout the day. That's your active weather forecast on this Tuesday. Brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't know critters doing things at all. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home. Offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bug, vermin roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Repair, find, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control.
No, Atlanta don't have gators, but in the small parts of our different areas, there's some alligators been reported in out of the way communities. Downtown, no, not the big Atlanta, but the outskirts and metro areas.
CP Financial top local sales agent. Your peace of mind is just a call away.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance, located here in Newnan, Georgia. We're an independent agency with access to multiple carriers for home, auto, life, health, and commercial insurance. We're your one-stop shop for your insurance needs. www.insurewithellsworth.com, 770-755-7053. We look forward to meeting you soon.
Just want to make sure this is right.
Check out the Southern Rewards cashback account from Southern States Bank, where debit card transactions earn you cash back. With our Southern Rewards cashback account, you can earn up to $30 a month. Sign up for your Southern Rewards cashback account today. Terms and conditions apply. Visit your nearest branch or check us out online at southernstatesbank.net to learn more. Southern States Bank, your bank, your rewards.
There you go. That'd be a good one.
minister at the Malachi Project. And what Malachi Project is
how are you, boss man? Oh, you talking to me? I'm doing good. It's one of those days, trying to get everything together at the same time.
These programs you have for the kids are free of cost to the children. And so we do fundraisers. Right now we're doing a fundraiser with these Malachi Project t-shirts for $25 donation.
I got to tell Sweet Leaf about what she said.
T-shirt, and your donation will go into the ministry. And so we will be on the Newton Square, May 24th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you would like to contribute to this fundraiser, this cause, we are doing with the Malachi Project, you can call or text 770-639-8685.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show. Every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern, you'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
I am Apostle Deborah Harris, pastor apostle of Kingdom Connected Ministries International at 121 Hillwood Circle, Newnan, Georgia. Presenting
Aiden RF, what's up, brother?
connecting kingdom citizens, kingdom businesses, and advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wake up, wake up. Oh, class in session. Oh, I'm saved by the bell too, ladies and germs, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome back in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. If you want to support the show on YouTube and keep it going, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/RyanORadio. That's patreon.com/RyanORadio. Aiden RF, good morning to you. And Sweetly, forgot to tell you this. You asked that question that did she start at 4:20? She said Mama Jones says she finished at 4:20. Timing is everything. Sweetly says, sweet. You got to wake up there, Pete. I'm sorry. You only got a few days. You're like, I got a few days. I get to be off. We're going to talk about Sask and Winnipeg last night, coming up in the next period. Tell you how the Rough Riders did over the Blue Bombers last night in the CFL's first preseason game. And we're talking UFL games as well. Little X's and O's to you, Sweetly, from Mama Jones. He says, back at you. All right. We'll talk with that and UFL football action coming up in period number 2 with Richard Holtridge and Friday Night Lights Scoreboard. And I really wish this microphone would stop going. Beep. All right. I don't know what is going on with this thing. It just all of a sudden started messing up. I mean, you guys can hear me. It's just that there's a beep there's a buzz in my background. There's a buzz in my background. Now it's gone. What happened? Anyway, whatever. Aiden says, wish I could change my answer. RIPD is so underrated. There you go. Since the number one movie that came out over the weekend featured Ryan Reynolds, that is one thing. My mic is haunted. It's buzzing. Now it's not buzzing anymore. It's loose. It's loose than a caboose. It is, you know what I'm saying? Now it's not working at it. I picked it up and, unplugged it and plugged it in. I don't know what happened. Whatever. Anyway, whatever. We need a new board. But yeah. Good night, Doc Brown. Hope you have a great morning and a great night as you get ready to go to sleep. We appreciate you being with us. All right, let's see. We got sports, we got movie reviews and all that kind of stuff coming up. I'm sure attacks are not fun. They're so painful. Asthma attacks are not fun, man. Woo! We've got prayers for you. Aloha over him. We're praying over him today that his asthma attacks does not continue to demolish him and take him out. God, we continue to pray for you to protect him. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. All right, we do that there. Oh, man. All right, we're going to jump into this. Which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better? Now, I know Aiden said he would like RFPD. So much, 2% of you went with that one. The Hitman's Bodyguard's getting 12% of the votes, 42% going to Free Guy, and Deadpool with 44% of the votes. Since his new movie, If, is about him and an imaginary friend, I figured I'd ask you his other movies, which you like better, so appreciate it. All right, what's up, brother? My Cash App. You want to know my Cash App? It's Ryan. Oh, it's $RyanShelander. There you go. $RyanShelander. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, let's see here. All right, there you go. Which of these Ryan Reynolds movies, we asked you, whoop, stop. Which of these Ryan Reynolds movies, I was sitting here thinking about something else. Do you like better? Free Guy, Deadpool, RIPD, and The Hitman's Bodyguard. We'll get you those in just a minute. Guess the rest are emojis, says RW. You guys guess that in there. All right, we're going to get into a hot topic today. Croissants are Egg McMuffins. If you're an Egg McMuffin person, croissants people don't like you. If you're a croissants person, Egg McMuffin. Deadpool says Marcus. He's pulling for that one. Thank you. I've been avoiding it recently, say. Wow. We appreciate it if you want to send out some stuff to everybody. We appreciate that. Ryan, it's like I said, $ RyanShelander. That's RyanShelander. We'll appreciate that. Croissants, tons of calories, and fat Egg McMuffins have less. Mama Jones is getting into the argument. Well, Mama Jones, I think Egg McMuffins are all right, but I like the croissants. So I guess you and I are opposite opinions, and we're going to have a violent argument. Just kidding. Oh, man. Aiden, thank you for watching. Thank you guys for watching. All right. I do want to talk about something a little serious. Now, I don't want to get into the debate of the football player, because I know so many people are getting into that debate and everything. And I'm not going to get into that with the football player saying something and then going a little too far with what he said to the women at the college was one thing, but then we went a little too far trying to act like, I don't know, trying to defend you. He defended himself really bad. So I'm not going to get into that. You know, too many people talking about that. I want to talk about other things like croissants and Egg McMuffins. And I want to talk about this news story here. I love croissant sandwiches, said Aiden. So Aiden's on my side. But Mama Jones says, oh, yes, croissants do tasty, though. Oh, I'm convincing you to join me. All right, good. No, Aloha, stay with us, brother. You ain't starting anything. So, unless you don't like croissants. Oh, now, wait a minute. Simon says coffee and Egg McMuffins. Oh, no. You and I are just going to have to. RW Spanish say, you like broccoli. You're really independent, aren't you there? You're being different than the rest of us. You're not in the argument. Oh, EPP TV, what's up, my friends? I've never saw your channel before, but you seem like a really cool guy. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you. I'm doing well, EPP TV. I appreciate you being with us. Thank you for joining us. We're at 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key in Atlanta, radio news and sports and so much more. And it's the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown, so there you go. Simon says, someone has to be different, laugh out loud. I know, right? Wait a minute now. Now, I want to have a conspiracy theory on Egg McMuffins. They've got those little, since they've got those little, when you pull them apart, and it seems like they got those little ridges in there. You know why those ridges are in there? It's not to catch honey or jelly or anything or syrup. It's because someone they didn't flatten the bread out. And since they didn't flatten the bread out, they're trying to make your brain be not flattened, but crummy. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make up something, making fun of all these people who fight each other by saying something about croissants and muffins. Thank you, Mama Jones. I appreciate that. Unpopular opinion, both are equally delicious. Aiden, no, you didn't say that, man. You can only pick one side. Ugh, there's going to be a war because you want to be able to eat. Yes, I have, Mama Jones. I have tried those for real. 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're at 60 degrees in the Atlanta area, metro Atlanta area. RyanORadio Penitentiary, live and in living color, worldwide, everywhere you need. 50,000 plus of you right here on the RyanORadio Penitentiary page. That's what we appreciate, you guys. And we appreciate every one of you guys for being with us this morning. Simon says, I'm not on the left. I don't argue over stupid things. Come on now. What? I'm going to pretend like the Egg McMuffins are biscuits. I'm just messing with you guys. Ryan, what I like to be healthy. What I like to be is healthy. I need to be if I want to be a WWE superstar. That's right. I'm glad a 12-year-old kid would eat his broccoli because you couldn't get me to eat it when I was your age. I had to put a lot of cheese sauce on mine. Oh, Lord. All right, man. I got to talk about this AI guy, everything. This is the real hot topic. The other one I dropped in there was just trying to be for a joke to make everybody laugh and have a good time, because I know that most of you guys are like me. We're tired of all the arguments on both sides and everything. So we figured we just make jokes about things. I figured I'd make you laugh this morning because there's so much people in here going, the world is coming to an end and you guys are the evil. All of you guys are evil. Like, yeah, all of us are evil. Biscuits, we don't have them unless you're talking about tea biscuits or scone. No, I'm talking about good old-fashioned Southern Maine biscuits. Buttermilk biscuits. You need to look them up on the internet if you don't have them. You might have small little tea biscuits, but I'm talking about real biscuits you eat with soup or chili, or eat them by yourself, would you? Like the biscuits you get at McDonald's. Because you got to get McDonald's in Canada, right? So sausage biscuits and stuff like that. Wisconsin man is in federal court, and he's in custody after allegedly producing sexual content of AI-generated images of minors and sending them out to a 15-year-old boy. His name is Stephen Anner-Egg. Anner-Egg is his name. Anner-Egg. There you go. He's accused of texting in images of generated artificial intelligent models to create thousands of realistic images of nudes and partial clothing minors engaged in acts that are not of adult nature, when he then stored on his computer and kept them. He sent them out to other kids, to a 15-year-old. Today's announcement sends a clear message. Using AI to produce sexual images is illegal, and the Justice Department will not slow down not to hold anyone accountable for this whatsoever. So AI is getting terrible. AI should be banned. That's what Simon says. People are using AI for all kinds of things, like taking people's jobs over, shutting down all the good restaurants across the United States, shutting down all the businesses. This is why when you got me live all day and all day long, you actually got a radio station that's actually got people on it. Like the other stations do too. Yeah, it's called artificial intelligent radio. It's called artificial intelligence radio. But anyway, that's like what it is. Oh, well, I don't think he can do anything different than anybody else. He ain't going to stop anything. He's just trying to get out of trouble too. I believe all politicians are bad, except for my local ones. They're not perfect people, but they're not out here trying to mess me over. I'm not for either side. He can try, but I don't think he will, because multimillionaires make money off of AI while you and I sit at home. All of them are going to make money. Even if they get discounts, they all go. And I'm all for millionaires getting discounts. I'm not one of those people who's not. I'm for everybody getting lower taxes. Now, I mean, if a few of our billionaires say, hey, I want to pay more taxes than normal, right? Hold on. If they want to pay more taxes than normal and pay all our taxes off, that's fine. And the rest of them don't. They don't have to either. If Elon Musk pays it off, that's good. That's all. Him and Bill Gates pay it off, and that's it. The rest of the billionaires, they don't need to. Ryan, why are you taking up for them? Because, I feel bad for people who have a lot of money too. Just because they can pay for everything don't mean they're happy. So I feel bad for them too. So I don't put anybody down. That's right. Nobody's perfect. Well, nobody is perfect in this world, but I just am not against anybody's own child list and all that kind of stuff. It's hard for me to watch movies anymore ever since the official Epstein's list came out. It's hard for me. Let's see. Poker Man said, I'm watching the news about Scarlett Johansson. What? She's suing OpenAI over her voice being used, and I heard it, and I don't think it sounds like her. Oh, really? Well, they could slightly twist it to where, see, the intelligence of these people who do the AIs, guys, is they could take our voice and slightly alternate it where it sounds like you, but not like you. It can make Ryan sound like Mickey Mouse, but they still can use Ryan's voice. They're smart, man. They're smart. But yes, she's probably suing over that because a lot of people in Hollywood, that's what the whole deal the last time with that shutdown for people suing for a while, guys. AI is I agree with that, Simon. 120%, brother. I agree with that. Because we don't know how to use it yet. Maybe, let's say, 20 years from now, it'd be a good tool to use. But right now, that it's just in development. We don't know how to utilize it as a society. Yeah, I can see that. Thank you, Kenneth, for praying this morning, my brother. Thank you. We love you, my friend. I can see that. Man, why you want to come in and act like that, Mustanov? I'm going to be Mustanov. I know what your real name is. I'm making fun of it. Mustanov Ali. No. I'm going to join the fight for freedom. Exactly. If it sounds like Mickey Mouse, it's no longer Ryan's voice, Poker Man. You got that right. So they can use it, but then Mickey Mouse can sue. But I'm just saying that AI, they've got so many ways. But that's what happened when they had to shut down and they were having strikes in Hollywood was they were just trying to protect their images and their likenesses out there. Now, I could care less because there's a lot of people out there in Hollywood that are not perfect, which I know people are not perfect, but they do a lot of evil things. So I could care less what AI does. If AI destroys Hollywood, that's fine with me. I'm picking, don't get mad at me because you might say, well, I like so-and-so, but I don't like the so-and-so. They're all good actors. But when you get out there and your bosses, you know, hey, if you guys remember me talking about, what was it? Children's television from the 90s. Oh, man. Those poor kids were used and abused and mentally done. And some of them were, other things were done to them by people that were running on shows and ended up going on other shows. I think I talked to you guys about this. So it really wouldn't bother me all that much if some of them lost their job. When am I going to fly out to Australia? I don't know. I gotta make some more money. You see, Kenneth, good afternoon to you too, brother. I appreciate you. You see how I'm having a conversation with the listeners out here, guys? And so I'm going, all of you are ignorant and you're stupid and you're not like Vince McMahon. Good thing they're not like Vince McMahon. A lot of money and doing things to poor women. No, it's a good thing they're not like that. No, but my example is a good thing I'm not like some other radio shows. These people don't listen to me. They don't know what they're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Actually, I do know most of the time, but I don't go, you guys are ignorant. Not right now. Wouldn't be a good idea to do that, buddy. You don't need to do that. That's not a good idea to send out your address to anybody. Don't do it. Nope, not a good idea. See how you protect the kids? That's the one thing I really do. Back in a moment. He's 12, guys, wrestling fan. So if I talk a little wrestling for him, you might say, okay, let's overlook that portion of the show. We got some kids that like wrestling. Thank you, Mama Jones. I appreciate you saying that about me. She says, Mama Jones says, I sense you are a highly intelligent person, dear. Thank you. Thank you. We need to tell everybody that in my family. I'm just kidding. That boy ain't too smart. That boy right there, because I'm in the South, so they talk like that. That boy right there smart, boy. That boy don't know what he's doing, boy. He don't want to wrench his. You actually know what it is. It's not wrench. Yeah, you don't want to wrench his, boy. Back in a moment.
Baseball Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A.
Yeah, RW, don't send anything that you don't need to send out, my little friend.
Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Is Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to the former location, bringing you
The safety of you and my listeners.
Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street.
No, don't send your email to me either, but I mean, don't send your mail. Don't send your address to me in your email either. Because emails are not safe. If I visit Australia, you'll be able to come see me like in a mall or something. Back when we started this whole dial-up, ding, 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 emails were safer, but today, no. I got people pop in my email. I'm like, where did this come from? And it's my business email. I'm like, where did this come from? We didn't sign up for this. A lot of spam emails. Let's see here. See what we got going on.
And all of our information is available on our website at www.californiaforce.org or.
Can you prank call someone? Can you prank call someone? Oh, they'll call me a little later on and then I'll prank call them. He's talking about, guys, I get some of those calls from those people going, hey, do you want to get, you got insurance? We want to add more benefits to it. And I prank call them.
Tuesday at 11 a.m. Tune in so your life can be radically changed forever because God's love and care. Hi, this is Martin Soriano asking you to tune into.
No, it's all prank calls. They're getting people's. It's like I told you a couple of weeks ago, guys. They're getting people's information because T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, and the other big one. And all the ones, even if you have an unknown name brand, it's still on one of those signals. And they're selling people's information to these people. So that's what I mean. That's why I prank call them. I prank them when they call. Oh, that's right there, Mama Jones. I get your packages here. Please send your bank account number so we can send it to you. You know what I get sometimes? Guys, welcome back in RyanORadio Penitentiary here in lockdown. We're getting ready to head to the top of the hour. We got period number 2 coming up. Join us in period number 2 with our good friend, the one, the only Richard Holdridge, and Friday Night Light Scoreboard is lit up for him as we talk CFL and UFL football and more. But ladies and gentlemen, you know the ones I get? Is somebody says, I'm so-and-so. What's up? Yo, what's up? Somebody says, I'm so-and-so. I'm Mrs. Jones. And no, Mama Jones again. Let's say, I'm Mrs. Smith. I'm Mrs. Smith. And my husband used to own all of this so-and-so. And I'm giving away all these millions of dollars to you. And it's going to be millions over here. And it's in a bank account. And I'm about to die. And I've got no family members. Then they send it over and they send over the person that's representing the bank. I used to tell the person representing the bank, all right, send it on over to me. Oh, you got to pay this much, and then they send you 3 little things that you got to pay to get the money. I said, I tell you what, if I'm getting a couple of $1 million, I said, if I'm getting $5 million, you know what? You could take $1,000 out of that and go ahead and send it on over to. It never works. They never want to send it to me. They always want me to pay them. I'm like, no, I'll pay you once I get the money. Come on, once I get the money from Mrs. Smith, who died 3 days ago after she sent me the letter a day after she was supposed to die, making sure I got your information. Actually, I had one actually call me. WQEE Rock, hit that like button, guys. Thank you, Julian. Appreciate it. Back in a moment. Go ahead and take $1,000 as a tip for yourself. That's what I usually tell them. And look, I've done that every single time. And look, I should be like a millionaire, like 20. I should have 30 million in the bank right now every time somebody sends me one of those back in home.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Newton, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
For this RN News, I'm RyanORadio, the judge.
That's true. Thank you, Julie. Oh, blow the horn. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. I don't think Monday's Memorial Day, is it? I think it's next week. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, it's not the next week. All right. It's strange how some people just go, Memorial Day's Monday. I'm like, no, it's not. Not this Monday, I don't think.
Total victory over the terrorist group. Stefanik is the highest ranking House member to visit Israel since Hamas's October 7th attack.
And some of you guys are already in the future there, so you're the next day. It is bright and sunny here, unfortunately. The office we're renting from was supposed to put in the things. All right, I like that idea. You can be the traffic reporter.
We don't have any insights into the cause of the accident at this point. And certainly, I know the Iranians are investigating, or will investigate, and so we'll see what the outcome is once their investigation is complete.
This is SRN News.
Yeah. It's not the next Friday.
Jessica Tapia was fired by California's High School because she refused to use transgender pronouns for her students.
Wrestler, I can guess. Okay.
Tapia filed suit with the help of advocates for faith and freedom, and now the school district has agreed to pay $360,000 to settle the matter out of court. A statement from AFF says, quote, religious freedom is protected no matter what your job. Michael Harrington, SRN News.
I'm wrong.
Okay, so Domino's perfect combo includes 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8 cinnamon twists, and a 2-liter Coke. Today we're on the street asking real people.
All right, do it. Mike, what's up, brother? Well, no, not really. But if that's your choice, Mike, if she wants to and you want to, that's all right. I mean, you're just going to have to move to North Carolina in the mountains for it to be accepted, but or over to Mississippi or North Carolina mountains. That's about it. The rest of us, wasn't accepted, but hey, that's up to you. Go ahead, move to Mississippi. There you go. They'll accept it over there. Thumbs up. That's right. Julian's going to take her, and he's not even kin to her. You got 3 sisters. Julian said he'll take all of them. He said you can have your granny.
Mentoring program for middle school and high school kids. We also have an after-school program for kindergarten through 5th grade. And so these programs.
I didn't get to see the emojis, buddy. Somebody popping a lot of stuff in here. Let me go back and see. All right, let's go back. Smile, man, and a sad. I have no idea. Is it an older or a younger? Mike is going to be in a heap of trouble now. Yeah, what if he gets somebody pregnant like his granny?
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton.
That's kind of what?
The best chicken around. Fish dinners. Open Monday through Saturday.
Drew McIntyre, I'm going to say.
It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to the former location. Bring you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A.
What is it kind of like? What do you call a deer with no eyes?
Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m.
Oh, the last one is kind. Okay.
Race Country's
Oh,
Southern
mankind.
Sports Talk Show.
Mankind. Is it mankind?
Race Country. Back to Key and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5
Mrs. Foley's little boy.
WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show.
That's what I thought.
Join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun.
I have no idea. That's a good one.
Noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear much of the best sports talk, including the latest of the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
The views and
Good thing about my break, guys.
are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Can we please have quiet on the set?
Is that Kane? Awesome. Yeah. I came to play just like everybody else says. What's up? It is Ryan. My cash out buddy is $RyanShelander. RyanShelander. Once again, that's $RyanShelander. RyanShelander. Thank you, my brother. We're getting to period number 2. We're going to tie the Friday night scoreboard in a few moments. UFL and CFL football action. We'll talk about ending the high school year with the good and the one, the only Richard Holdridge. So there you go. CM Punk. Hurt his H and put the K on it. Okay, I have to think about that one. Give me a time to think about it. We're in the 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout Out Loud across the RyanORadio media page, Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, the Jordan Communication, a family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and more. Real talk, the talk of Atlanta. And I'm RyanORadio Penitentiary host, Ryan O'Neal, and you're in lockdown. And let me go ahead and tell you, yes, I'm the man around here. Good morning to you. I'll see if I can guess that one for you in just a few moments, my friend. Hunter, Kurt. Is that Kurt Angle? I got that one. Mama Jones says, how do you make a dog sound like a cat? Ooh, why does the chicken cross the road, says Julia there. A lot of our great listeners popping in with some stuff on the YouTube page. Like, subscribe, and share. You want to support the show, go to Patreon/RyanORadio, or you can go to my Cash App and go to $RyanShelander. That's $RyanShelander. And you can send over a little bit of money to the $RyanShelander, and we'll appreciate it. All right, ladies and germs, period number 2 is underway. We got a little football action we're going to get into because it's preseason for the CFL. UFL is getting close to their season in a couple of weeks and everything. He saw me buying hot sauce. Who saw you buying hot sauce? Kurt Angle? I get it. Wait. Why did the chicken cross the road? He saw me buying hot sauce. Oh, that's a good one, Julian. I do the hot sauce on the chicken too, brother. Oh, man. That's a good one. I love my listeners and their jokes. I really do. All right, we're going to be doing movie reviews in the final period. So the movie If, starring Ryan Reynolds talking to his imaginary friend, Family Friendly, took the number 1 spot over the weekend. So which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better? That's our poll question this morning. Free Guy's getting 39% of the votes. Deadpool's getting 47% of the votes. 3% going to R.I.P.D. and 11% going to The Hitman's Bodyguard. So there you go. A lot of great movies there with Ryan Reynolds in it, and many, many more that he was in. Many, many more. So he's been doing a lot lately. I mean, he's just making movie after movie after movie. Ryan Reynolds, probably his agent said, look, Ryan, you need to make as many movies as you can, put as much money up as you can, because when this AI stuff takes over, there's not going to be any actors anymore. This one's on the house. Woo, thank you. I got a joke. Where can the most, okay. RW says, I got a joke. Where can the most snow of a car window, a credit card? What can get the most snow? Okay. What can get the most snow of a car window? A credit card, a snow shoveling rake, or a sand pit? What? Spade? I say the credit card. In the United States, it's a credit card. All right, let's jump into it. Let's do our daily devotion right quick. So I'm got you guys on. 13 minutes past the hour, 61 degrees, beautiful sunny skies. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Ryan and crew can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. All right, our daily devotion. Sandpit, says Julian. Daily devotion brought to you by Jesus, as Jesus Listens, brought to you by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. That is correct. Summer, winters, and of course, every Sunday at 8 a.m., outside services 9 and 10:30, and inside services at 6:30 p.m. And when my computer freezing up, I'm going to flip it off and tell it it's number one. Computer, you are acting up. Devils try to attack me. Don't be attacking me. I want that computer to work when I need it to work. All right, from Proverbs 29:25, Hebrews 11:6, Romans 5:5, and John 4:23-24. Protect me, my steadfast Savior, from the trap of me looking at myself through other people's eyes. I realize that this is a practice that is hurtful in several ways, but first of all, it's all impossible to descend what others actually think of me. Moreover, that their views of me are very, very, very. Oh, yes. Moreover, they do, subject to each person's spiritual, emotional, and physical state at the time. But the main problem with letting others define me is that it's a form of idolatry. Yeah, idolatry. Credit card because you get 50% off. I love that. Brino, what's up with it? Computer is on it. You're my creator forever. Forgive me for this idolatry activity of looking upon others and seeing what they see in me. I want to respond to your glorious presence, worshiping you in spirit and truth. Woo! We ain't gonna tell none of them Hollywood people that. They gotta have all that. Woo-wee. In Jesus' name, amen. That's a good one this morning. Time, and that, of course, is brought to you by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue in Metro Atlanta area. In the Metro Atlanta area of Noonan. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday service is 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and 10:30 outside and inside at 6:30 for the hip, cool kids. 17 First Avenue in the Metro Atlanta area of your favorite area. We just told you 3 times, so now you know. My computer is saying it's freezing up here. Good thing I got everything I want to talk about over here. Yes, a credit card because 50% off. Ooh, I like that one. Thank you, guy. Brino says, hey, bro, Deadpool all the way. All right. Which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better? 37% say Free Guy. Deadpool's at 49% of the votes, and Brino just jumped in on that one, as well as RIPD with 3% of the votes, and the Hitman's Bodyguard with 11% of the votes. The reason we're talking about this morning, ladies and gentlemen, is a little later on. We're going to talk about the new #1 movie, which is If, starring Ryan Reynolds is talking to his imaginary friend. I guess he got some of that good stuff, Sweet Leaf. What is going on? Why is this doing this? We got 100% internet over there. Why is this acting up over here? Hey, I'm recording. Don't mess up my recording because you messed my recording up. I'm going to get mad. That's what happens when you have to deal with what? What just happened? What the heck is going on? This computer is haunted. 1 in 8 adults are afraid of ET. I'm afraid of how this computer's trying to act up this morning. When I got people listening everywhere. So we said, we're still on over good. But what is this? Why is it counting and it's not recording? Why is the stream not working? What is going on with this computer? You want me to throw it out? I'm not rebooting it. I can't. I don't have to. You're not supposed to reboot a computer every day. And if the internet's acting up and it's paid for, there's ghosts in my machines. There's something in my machine. I mean, it's not working. We're not redoing it. Got important people coming on. It says reconnecting. Now that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. It's reconnecting. Oh my God, there's ghosts in the machine. Yeah, I was like, you've been talking about that for 5 minutes. Yeah, because I'm pissed off about it. Wow, internet sucks, and you guys are going to sit there and listen to some company has been off for 16 months tell you that they're good sponsors. Reboot me. Maybe your computer needs a dentist. It's got a Bluetooth. Every time the Foxfire wants to act up, it messes up everything else on here. Jabroni. Good morning, BK. How you doing, BK? On the air, my good friend up in North Georgia. Georgia, how you doing? Answer the question of which of the Ryan Reynolds movie, because you know Ryan Reynolds' new movie took the #1 spot, and we'll be talking about that with Shane B later on this morning. And finally, the things are acting right. All right, well, I got a few things we got to do. I guess the news will have to be me making it up. I'll be like most of the news sources out there. There's death and destruction in the world upon us. Deadpool is what BK says, but hey, that's like saying you like Egg McMuffins over croissants. I'm just kidding. Who am I going to call? Well, we got those nerd busters here. They used to work at Best Buy before Best Buy shut down. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. said that the way Kyle Busch acted was running his mouth led to the NASCAR brawl in North Carolina. The fight also followed onto the track and between the two sides. You know, like in that Ricky Bobby movie where they were fighting. If you're not number one, if you're not first, you're last. Well, what happened is Stenhouse confronted Busch after an all-star race on Sunday night in North Carolina. After he cut him off and ran him into the wall. So Stenhouse didn't like that, so he and his team went over there and confronted Busch, and they got into it. And there was a knockout brawl out on the asphalt. It was like an old school dirt track fight. Oh, them good old days. Alex, you need to lock your doors. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Otto dies at age 86, a Hall of Fame center who spent 15 years with the Oakland Raiders, has passed away. The cause of death has not been announced by news sources or sports sources either. Derby prepares for the final approach heading to England as the Kentucky Derby and everything's doing that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, talking to the importance of connectivity in remote parts of the world, Elon Musk announced that the Starlink international service will be up and running in Indonesia. He spent the weekend there in Bali on Sunday saying that the internet is such a fantastic use, and he put it out there for them. Yeah, the internet's really good. Really good. It messes you up at times. Anyway, he spent the weekend bringing internet to those who can't even eat. I know I'm a billionaire, and you guys can barely got any food to eat. But look, check this out. Internet. Go to onlyfans.com. Check this out. Don't talk about Elon Musk, man. Don't talk about him. He lets me get on X and say hateful things. The scrapping race car drivers, they do it. They used to do it back in NASCAR, back in the dirt track days, but then they got into it. Got mad because he got ran into the wall. These kids nowadays just can't handle the sports. You get run into the wall. How many times did Dale Earnhardt get run into the wall? Come on. What am I talking? Come on. At least RW is going to grow up and understand that in wrestling, you're going to have some injuries. He understands that. And one day, he's going to have to beat Logan Paul for the world championship, and that's going to be hard for him. But, he understands that. Some of these kids, they're Stenhouse junior guys. You don't ran me into the wall. Kyle Busch like, dude, this is NASCAR, buddy. That's what we do. No, you can't do that. Just like, you can't hit me in football. You cannot tackle me in football. You have to pull the little flag off of my back of my jersey. We're talking about men's football, not women. Women get out there and they get the flag and they tackle each other. Root, that's illegal. You shouldn't have tackled her. God darn it, this is football. That's not what my daddy taught me. So there you go. So Elon Musk, man, he's bringing internet to people that don't have food, barely have food. At WrestleMania, you're going to beat Logan Paul for the WWE Undisputed World Championship by the time you come champion. He's going to be world champion by the time you get in there. It's going to be your debut, RW. You're going to debut. Logan Paul's going to be out there being a smart aleck and how great he is. He's got no competition. He's retired Roman Reigns. He's retired Cody Rhodes. And you're going to come out slicking like the Viper. And you're going to say, RW's here. RW's here. He's from NXT. No food, but they have internet. That's right, Mama Jones. Barely have anything to feed their kids, but at least their kids can get on the internet and watch Bluey, right? No, the U.S. Championship. He's U.S. champion now, but by the time you become by the time you get in wrestling RW, he'll be world champion. That is bass backwards. It is. I mean, all these countries around the world, yeah, they do need internet. I want them to get on the internet to be able to watch the show because they're going to support the show. They're going to watch the show and they're going to stay on. But personally, I'd rather them have food first. I'll be called Logan Paul Jr. Oh no, he's going to be his dad. 2 sets of brass knucks. Not just one. RW's a wrestling fan and he's 12 guys. So if I throw off and pick at that, it's fine. Some of my listeners are. But yeah, that's what I'm saying about Musk. I mean, because he lets you be able to get on X and say, hey, the Nazis are good, man. It's all right to be a Nazi. It's all right to be a Nazi. Y'all just racist against Nazis. What's wrong with you folks out there? You don't want us to have freedom of speech. It's not freedom of speech. You cancel culture. No, it's not cancel culture. He brings internet. He just wants to make sure all those people in Indonesia can get on X and pay for it. Now that I'm giving you the internet, this is Elon Musk. Now that I give you internet, Now you can go on and you can join X. It's only $29.99 a month. And you can get in there and fight. Plus, internet show, folks, how good we get it is how we get it in the West. Yeah, that's true. Oh, you beat him next year. I hear you, RW. As we get ready to head into the break here, got a couple more things I want to tell you about in the headline news. ICC issues arrest warrants for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his defense minister, and three of the Hamas leaders. The International Criminal Court announced their arrest warrants on Monday for the Prime Minister, defense minister, as well as three of the Hamas top leaders in connection to their October 7th attack on Israel that led to the conflict between the two. But both the Prime Minister and defense minister are charged with starvation as warfare, causing suffering to citizens, attacking those citizens, exterminating citizens, and everything else. Hamas is trying to condemn the warrant, saying that they were only defending themselves. Yeah, sure, they started it. So, and we know people started. They're probably mouthing back and forth and everything. So there you go. Wow. And that is your headline news. We should have our good friend. Now, I'm not going to be able to run his music. You know why? Because it's going to take 15 minutes for my Firefox to start working. All because I had to freeze up at the very end. What's up, dude? Good morning, everybody. Captain Hot Buns is in the house with us this morning. From Arizona, we're as hot as a well diggers, you know what? Nose. I don't want to say anything else. We're going to head into the break. Which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like most? Since Ryan Reynolds' movie took the #1 spot over the weekend, which we're going to do movie reviews in period number 3 with Shane B. Which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better? Free Guy, 37% of you. Deadpool, 49% of you. R.I.P.D., 3% of you. And The Hitman's Bodyguard, 11% of you is what it is. No, we don't want to restore. And we're going to take a break. Back in a moment. Good morning. Hey, what's up, brother? How's it going?
Good. I didn't know if I was able to get on today. I'm actually taking my car in to get looked at, and
oh, okay.
I can still get on, but I'll have to go with you because I gotta talk to the guy and all that. But I just want to let you know.
That's fine. That's fine. No problem.
I can maybe jump on in like 10 minutes.
In about, you say about 10 minutes, you can jump on, or you can jump on for just 10 minutes.
Whatever you want to do. I need to get my car looked at, so I'm kind of trying to juggle all this stuff at once.
Oh, okay. Well, it's up to you. I mean, whichever one. If he comes talking to you right now, you can just call me back. But if I'm at break right now, so it's gonna take.
Yeah, I'm almost like I gotta drop it off.
Okay.
Then I can probably hop on.
All right, we can do that, then that'll be fine.
Okay, so call back in like 5 minutes.
Yep, that'll be fine. Do that, brother.
All right. Cool.
All right, sounds good. Bye. I am doing good. I am doing fantastic. Hope you're doing fantastic too. Who that? That is Richard Holdridge. He does a show from 2 to 3 on the network here, and he's my sports guy. One of the only sports guys I trust. He doesn't get into the whole. He doesn't get into the whole bad side of. He doesn't get into the whole bad side of sports. Sorry, Mama Jones. This should be looking at you in the eyes. I know I did wrong. Logan Paul standing out there. No one can beat me. I'm the greatest U.S. champion. All of a sudden, fireworks go off. A brand new theme song comes up, written by Red Bricks, and out comes R.W. SmackDown doing his best Jeff Jarrett impersonation. Throwing his hands up, going. You're my wrestling guy, RW. You like all kinds of sports, I know, but you're my wrestling guy. He's a U.S. champion in WWE now. His prime drink sponsors the WWE pay-per-views. And that's RW's favorite wrestler. He's a bad guy, though. Probably so. I knew he was some kind of YouTube guy, but I didn't know anything about him before he come to WWE. Now, no, you can't say he's the best U.S. champion. Dusty Rhodes was the best U.S. champion. Beans and wings. Dusty Rhodes was one of the best U.S. champions with the bionic elbow. There was too many great U.S. champions. John Cena was U.S. champion. He was Intercontinental. Was he Intercontinental? I don't know if he's, but he was U.S. champion. He had the spinning U.S. title. Then he had the spinning world title. Sorry, I had to disagree with you on that, buddy. That's right. He never held that one. Oh, no, no, no. I put the wrong bots in there, but that's all right. You do hear Holly. You heard her twice. Twice you heard her spot and then you heard her promo for her show. And you're going to hear her again in a minute. Got another spot we're going to be running. You're going to be hearing her a lot, Pete.
What if I told you imaginary friends are real? John Krasinski's It is this week's winner at the box office. The live-action CGI hybrid film about imaginary friends. It stars Reynolds and earned $35 million at its opening.
I guess I'm not going to get that theme music in. Thanks to my computer. Hello? Hello?
Okay, let's get the show started.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I've played enough commercials to get it going.
Yeah, no, I just got done talking to the guy.
Well, let's hope he don't overcharge him.
So there's something I got to tell you, but I got to keep this between you and me.
Okay.
I mean, it's not official, but there might be an opportunity for me to do sports talk radio in Columbus 5 days a week. And I don't want to get into detail about it because it's not official.
Okay. All right.
But I don't know if that's a conflict of interest. Can you still play my show?
It's up to them.
That's the thing.
If they decide they don't want it.
I can just continue giving you shows on the side. That means I'd have to do double shows, but
Yeah. Well, when we get to that problem, Richard, we'll talk about it. No problem.
All right.
All right, we're getting ready to go on.
All right.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. It's Friday Night Lights Scoreboard, of course. Friday nights are a night for fantastic fun and football action. So it's Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, and Tuesdays mornings. Twisted Tuesdays, as always. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, our guest this morning. He is the voice of the Sports Beat weekdays from 2 to 3 p.m. on the network here. He's been the voice of all of your favorite high school football, baseball, basketball teams in East Alabama, West Georgia. He is voiced with the Columbus men and women's rapid soccer team. He's done Columbus Lions football, baseball with the Chattahoochee and the Monsters. Please welcome, and also writes for Chattahoochee Living, and please welcome our friend back again, Richard Aldridge. Good morning, Richard.
Hey, Ryan. Good morning. Great being on the show. I actually, it's been a while since we talked. I actually had stuff with my kids' school last time we thought but yeah, there's a lot of sports that's happened since the last time we talked, and I'm ready to get the show started.
There's a lot of stuff going on. You got finals in the NHL, finals in the NBA. I know that you're going to be covering a lot of that stuff. High school baseball and sports is ending closer into this week for some. Championships are being won and more, so we'll get into all of that. But I want to get into a couple of things. Football, of course, is the big thing I want to talk. And UFL football with the undefeated Stallions as they make their way to play June 8th is going to be between them and the Panthers in the USFL Conference Championship. The next day is the XFL Conference Championship between the Battlehawks and the Brahmas. And I know that a lot of people, I know that the teams like Coach Lewis was saying yesterday, the coaches on the Stallions are not, they're looking at the next game and everything, which is way coaching staffs do. But I'm already going to predict the Stallions going to the finals of the UFL this year. They're either going to take the Brahmas on, but I feel like it's going to be the Battlehawks. Your thoughts on the season, UFL season so far, the Stallions and everybody?
Well, it's the Stallions championship to lose. I know that this is for the USF Conference Championship, but I think that they can take on the XFL Championship, whether it's St. Louis or San Antonio. They are a team to beat in the UFL. They are the team to beat. Undefeated, going 8-0. Do you think they're going to stay undefeated all the way to the playoffs? Yeah, they've done a great job, and there's really that homegrown talent.
Yep.
I mean, we love our South. We
Yep.
love our South. We love our football in the South.
Exactly.
So the Birmingham Stallions really proven that a lot of these players that played at Alabama, Auburn, Ole Miss, really playing in the SEC.
Right.
Just playing in front of their family.
Exactly.
And some good quality football.
It definitely is. And that's what I say, everybody, that it's Southern boys bred in Alabama, Auburn, Georgia Tech, whatever, South Carolina, wherever we have great players going there and everything. And like I said, I'm kind of feeling we'll see a rematch between the Stallions and the Battlehawks in the UFL finals, but we have a few more weeks left for that. I'm excited about that. We've got CFL beginning preseason. The Rough Riders defeated the Blue Bombers last night, 25-12. Have you been hearing anything as the CFL is starting their preseason this week?
Well, I do know that with the CFL, you talk about the Edmonton Elks.
Yep.
I mean, they've got a good team, and I recognize some of the players that played in the NFL that have gone over to the CFL. It is different rules, but your teams like the BC Lions and the Toronto Argonauts, they're pretty much going to be there in the end, and I'm pulling for the Edmonton Elks.
That's who you're going with. There you go. Well, it was a great Monday Night Football game last night as they had a day off yesterday, celebrating their day off in Canada. It was kind of their version of President's Day. So they had Monday Night Football last night with the Rough Riders defeating the Blue Bombers. You're going to hear more about that weekdays from 12 to 2 with the Rod Peterson Show. All right. As we continue to move on, football action, NFL, any NFL news that's out there that we can talk about, that we got trades, we got this, we got that, we got drafts, we got this, that, and the other going on. Any major news in the NFL we can talk about in the world of football before we hit in any other sports?
Well, besides the NFL schedule release that came out,
Yep.
there's a whole lot coming out of OTAs or mandatory rookie mini camp. I know that kicker for the Chiefs, Harrison Buckner, has made headline news, but all for the wrong reasons.
Right.
But I'm actually looking forward to this downtime for training camp in July.
Yes.
And the start of the NFL season. And I got stuff I got to say about that. So Netflix.
Uh-huh.
You got to have a Netflix subscription if you want to watch those Christmas games. I don't think that's right.
Yep.
I mean, that should be on network TV.
Yes.
But that should always be. It's on a Wednesday night because that's when Christmas is on a Wednesday.
Right.
But I don't like it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are talking about that, being that it's only on Netflix and everything, and you have to have streaming. But the stream has took over. I mean, everybody, we used to spend $50 to $70 on all our cable and internet together. Now, if you get all these streaming sites, you can end up spending over a couple $100 just on entertainment just to see those Christmas games. Maybe YouTube will provide them. I don't know how you can do it. Sometimes you can get on there and see that. But I agree with you. There might be alternate ways to get it. You just never know. It's just not going to be legal alternate ways, I guess. If you got a cousin you can use their, if they got Netflix, you can use their password to get in, right, Richard?
I think I'm going to password.
There you go. There you go. That's what you got to do. Well, I've seen exciting. Some of the games kicking off. I was excited. You got we got a lot of international games this year as well in the NFL.
I noticed that the international schedule just kicked off week 1 with the Packers and the Eagles in Brazil.
Yeah. Packers, Eagles. And do you see Aaron Rodgers coming back this season? Is he, do you think he's 100%, or let's just say 80% because he's older? Do you think he's ready to get back on the field for the Jets?
I think he's ready. And that first game Monday night against the 49ers, the schedulers made that for a reason.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I'm excited about that. But, I'm going to be pulling for your 49ers that night. And our Falcons, look, it's controversy. We picked the number 1 draft pick for our good morning to you, Mr. Monk. We've picked a number 1 draft pick, and we also have Kirk Cousins. I'm going to be honest with you, as an Atlanta Falcons fan, if we got a great player and a great backup quarterback, that anything happens to Cousins, and we got a great player in the backup, the Falcons season won't drop. I just really think the coach, coach is thinking towards the future, and a lot of people are just kind of complaining. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that the type of player Michael Penix Jr. is can only be measured by the season Washington has.
Right.
If Washington falls off a cliff,
okay,
they're joining the Big Ten. If they fall off a cliff, then it was Michael Penix Jr. that was the glue that held that together, and he is going to turn out to be a good player.
Yep.
So we got to wait and see. We got to wait and see how Washington does. I know they lost Kalen DeBoer, Roma Dunze, that O-line, but we'll see how Washington does. That's my measuring stick. That's how I'm going to determine how great Michael Penix Jr. is going to be in the NFL.
I hear you. Well, I tell you what, we've got a lot of NFL, a lot of football talk we're talking. Let's get into a little baseball talk right quick. Major League Baseball summer's coming up. Braves, win, losses, up and down. It's that time. It's that time of year. We're heading into June in a couple of weeks. We're in May. What's your thoughts so far on the season as we progress further into the summer?
I feel the Braves need to make a move in the trade deadline to get another pitcher. But it's really not the pitching that's the problem.
Right.
Austin Riley's not hitting. Matt Olson's not hitting. The only hitter that's actually doing great is beating the Major I noticed, they've been losing to like some really good teams. The Dodgers, the Padres, the Bears, and the Phillies have played in Houston Desert.
Wow. Yeah, I've been noticing that as well too. So yeah, we do definitely need to get back on the mound and get that powerhouse there. We need to do something to get back. And how you Giants? How you feeling about San Francisco so far this season?
I mean, the Giants are not necessarily in the bottom of the league, but they're hovering 4 games under 500, and it's a learning curve.
Right.
I think that the Giants just need to develop homegrown talent a lot better.
Right.
I really don't think that they can get back to that level that when they won the 3 World Series in the 2010s. But I think that it's got to continue developing their draft pick. Joey Bart didn't work out. I'm sorry. I thought he was going to be the catcher that would take over for Buster Posey.
Yep.
I think that they lost a lot of leadership when that core players of Buster Posey, Brandon Bell, Brandon Crawford, when they all left, something just left with them. I mean, they're just not the same. They're not built the same.
There you go. There you go. Well, I tell you what, the season is not quite over because till October really. So we've got a long ways to go. We're going to see a lot of improvements coming pretty soon. Well, we know NBA playoffs. We know NHL playoffs. We know who's in the Final Four of the NHL. You'll hear more about that on the Rod Peterson Show. What's your thoughts on the NBA playoffs right now? Where you seeing everybody? Where you seeing things going? And who you think going to be the final 2 in your thoughts?
Well, I said that if Minnesota can get past Denver,
right,
which they won in 7,
right,
I thought that the Minnesota Timberwolves would be the team to beat in the NBA. And
right.
I'm starting to prove my theory.
There you go.
I really do that this team don't focus on defense. You have Ant-Man, who's starting to become a superstar.
Right.
And the way they were down by 20, and they were able to come back on the road to Game 7 against the defending NBA champions.
Right.
It tells you their character and the type of team they are. Now, Dallas is going to be a tough matchup because Luka is going to get his point. I don't think there's no stopping Luka. But I think that the defenders from Minnesota can neutralize Kyrie. I think the strategy is you let Luka get his point, go off, score 40, score 50. But if any of the other players on Dallas beat you, like a P.J. Washington, like a Derek Lively Jr., I think Dallas could win this series. But I'm thinking Minnesota in 7.
Okay.
And then for the Eastern Conference, Indiana's playing with house money. I mean, this is not an Indiana team that has been great Indiana teams in the past, like with Paul George, and then back in 2004 with Ron Artest. This Indiana team, they got some good players. And they shot 67%. They took advantage of all the injuries the Knicks had.
Right.
They were the Celtics. The Celtics were able to get by really bad teams.
Oh, yeah, definitely so.
Yeah, that's why the Boston Celtics are in the Eastern Conference Finals. But this is the 8th season where Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are playing together. The pressure's on for Boston to win a championship.
We'll see.
They don't do it this year. Does general manager Brad Stevens blow it up?
Well, I'll tell you what, that won't be the first that we hear about coaches and coaching staff being removed and new hires and everything. But before we get anything else or further anything else, I know some of the biggest news coming out of Atlanta with the Hawks. Man, what is your thought on being number 1 finally, the number 1 draft pick? Let's talk a little bit about what's going on. I know you didn't get to be here the last couple of weeks, but that was the most exciting news for the Atlanta Hawks for a while.
Well, this is a very weak draft class. They might say this is the weakest draft class since 2013.
Wow.
But that doesn't necessarily mean there's not an all-star in this draft. I do feel that Alex Starr is that all-star. The Hawks can get him. And I'm not a proponent of trading away Trae Young or even DeJounte Murray. I think that they can make it work as long as they have a big man like Alex Starr who can defend the post. He can also rim protector. He can take it outside the arc. He's got a good touch on his shot. He's got all the fundamentals at 7-1. He's not necessarily winning, but I think that Alex Starr can be an all-star, and I think that he could put up 20 and 10 a night. This might be the perfect teammate for Trae Young. Now, if you get rid of DeJounte Murray,
Right.
I've heard trade rumors, DeJounte Murray for Brandon Ingram straight up. Right?
Yeah, I heard that
Why
too.
not?
Yeah.
I think that they are one piece away. To get Alex Starr, they are one
Peace.
piece away
Yep.
from competing for a championship.
Well, we got to have more champions this season. The Hawks, this coming up season is a few months from down the road, and fall and everything in winter. We've got Falcons, so we've got to get that. When we've got the Atlanta Vibe going to the second round of the playoffs for our first official volleyball team. Yeah, we got an official volleyball team in the state of Georgia, and these ladies went to the playoffs the second round, or went to the first round of the playoffs, lost, but they still went to the playoffs. So, and a new team that started this season. So we got a lot of action in Georgia. We got to keep up the championship go with the United is on the field too. We just got to keep going. And I'm ready for a hockey team in this area, ready for a professional hockey team. So let's jump into a few other things since we're talking Atlanta sports and high school sports. I know that it's time for schools to get let out. Kids are going to be out for the summer pretty soon. I talked with Coach Walker. I talked with Coach Lewis yesterday, and we were talking about summertime and getting prepared. And the Landmark Christian War Eagles beat Clark County over the weekend, 30-0, as they starting their season off right as they head into it. A lot of summer training. We're going to talk football, but we're getting ready for baseball to end and other sports to end. What's going on with Georgia, Alabama Sports Live with the high school sports? What's your last games? What's going on with that, and what you're doing next?
Well, the last game for the school year was that spring game that Rick Beach and I called for Spencer Harris County.
Okay.
We're taking about a 2-month break, and then we get ready to get back to the swing of things in August for high school football. I've been here talking. We're still gonna do shows. We're still gonna try to get some interviews with coaches. We might even live stream a 7-on-7 tour camp, and maybe even the District 8 championship like I did last year.
Right.
Little league. But yeah, the school year is pretty much over.
Right.
Brookstone ended up winning the championship last night. That game was
Congratulations.
on GIAA.tv. But congratulations to the Brookstone Cougars. That's the third championship of baseball.
Right. Baseball town, though. That's why you got the Mississippi Braves heading there. That's a baseball town. I can tell you that right now.
The ballpark is already starting the renovation.
They are.
Get ready. That's going to look like a AA minor league ballpark. I cannot wait. I mean, that's just going to mean more events.
Yep.
More stuff to do. Maybe even some high school baseball championships.
Oh, good. Yeah. That'd be a great place for high school baseball championship playoffs and stuff. Well, I'm excited about that and everything that's going on. And we've had a lot to talk about this morning. Rich, tell everybody how they can follow you, all that good stuff, and what's coming up on the show today.
You can follow me on the X at SportsRichardH. On the show today, going to air the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show that I did with Rip Behringer last night. Special guest, Calvary head baseball coach Steve Smith. And we're going to have some pretty good shows throughout the week. As you know, I balance it out doing my show and the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show, and that's why it's good content. And that's why the show is presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. So that way I can use that content to thrift, and I do, to give you guys the content that you want to hear. And it was a good show. It's
always a great show, and we appreciate you and Thrift doing it and everything. Well, 2 to 3, tune in today for the Sports People. Richard Holdridge, presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Well, we'll have him back here again next week. Guys, stay tuned. Movie reviews in the next period with Shane B. Back right after this. All right, brother, that was great.
Thanks.
As always.
Yep. week, I'll be fine. The day after Memorial Day. Yeah.
Well, next week is Memorial Day. That's the 20-something. It's not the 30th, is it?
Okay.
So I don't know. When I think is Memorial Day on a Monday or is it on the weekend?
It's on a Monday.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll be off Monday.
All right.
My listeners, but we'll be talking next Tuesday. All right, brother. Just let me know about everything else that's going on with you. And hey, I'm happy for you, brother.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know anything. I'll just tell you that.
Okay.
It won't be, nothing will be official, and it's just speculation.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to speculate.
Well,
There's talk that it's in the works.
well, that's good.
And I can't say station. I can't say anything else.
Well, like I said, I figure that it probably will be a problem with them if you're doing something for somebody else, unless you tell them you're just trying to syndicate your show everywhere, then you can do that.
That's the thing. Sports beat will be syndicated everywhere. So there you go. That's the workaround on that.
Yeah.
I may not get to use any of the content that I.
Right. But
Doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing shows for Sports Beat and Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
there you go. There you go. Well, all right, brother. Sounds good. I'll keep it in my prayers for you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
All right. Bye. Good morning, everyone. I did not ignore, except for you, Cher. I'm ignoring you. I'm just kidding, Cher. Coastal Hayes said he had the Wolves. Mr. Monk, good morning to you. I wonder if that guy sent me any money. That was going to send me money earlier. One of 3 YouTubers. Egypt. Wow. Is that where you're from?
Tuesday at 11 a.m. Tune in so your life can be radically changed forever because God's love and care.
Ready to earn some sweet Southern rewards? Check out the Southern Rewards cashback account from Southern States Bank, where debit card transactions earn you cashback. With our Southern Rewards cashback account, you can earn up to $30 a month. Sign up for your Southern Rewards cashback account today. Terms and conditions apply. Visit your nearest branch and check us out online at southernstatesbank.net. Southern States Bank, your bank, your rewards.
Jacob. Hey, Jacob A. What's up, brother? Welcome.
Is back in a brand new location. 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
I don't know if they would have put you out there. I mean, if it was England, William Regal will go ahead and put you out there to wrestle, but Triple H is, I'll see what I do. I am from Atlanta, Georgia area. Jacob, where are you from, buddy? Remember, guys, RW SmackDown is 12, just to let you guys know. We got a good morning. Good morning. You from Arizona? Way to go, Jacob. Good morning. Appreciate it, brother. Love Arizona. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, there you are. How's it going, brother? That's good. That is awesome. Woo. Well, got a new #1 movie, family adventure. Ryan Reynolds. Mr. Deadpool, Mr. Free Guy, Mr. Hitman's Bodyguard, Mr. R.I.P.D. Reason I bring all that up is that was my question this morning about which of these Ryan Reynolds movies they like the best, or do you like better? And I put those 4 movies in there since he's number 1. I was like, oh yeah, good response. People love movies. So, what did you get to watch? Did you get to see anything about this movie, or did you watch something else? Majority of it is Jacob, but if somebody's on here young, I'd tell the adults to act proper. So what was you saying? Sorry, I was responding to someone asking a question. Oh, okay. Ooh.
Check out this other one.
Cool, bro. 21.
The Strangers Part 1.
Oh, it's The Strangers Part, Chapter 1. What is that?
Sounds like another generic horror movie, but it made its way to the top of the charts.
Well, not the Fall Guy down to number 4. Challengers wasn't much of a challenger. And Godzilla and Kong went all the way down. Yeah, I'm seeing some movies on here. I was like, I didn't even know these were out. So I could see why Ryan Reynolds' family movie took the number 1 spot. Good morning, Israel. How you doing this morning, buddy? So I could see how it took the number 1 spot. Some of these other movies I never even heard of.
But I did check out that maybe Winehouse movie. Got some things to say about that.
Oh, good. We'll get into that. Of course, they want to start calling. Don't call all week. As long as we stay clean in here, it's all right for people to be here. Probably won't make it a popular channel since there's not a lot of dropping F-bombs, I understand, but still. We'll probably have to talk more food, Shane, because last week I got 168 votes on my poll question over the topping of pizza, the favorite topping of pizza. I was like, what? The movies usually movie ones do real well and everything too, but I was like, that was the biggest one last week I had in a while. I mean, usually it goes to about 100 and something, but this was 168. By 8:15 on that day when I asked that question, it was already over 100 people. I was like, what? So I got to talk more food. And I said, my hot topic this morning was croissants versus Egg McMuffins. And if you're not a croissants man, I'm against you, Egg McMuffin people.
What do you mean by croissant? Like the Burger King croissant breakfast sandwiches?
Just croissants. Yeah. But yeah, it would be like that, except for, I'm not saying Burger King versus McDonald's. I'm just saying croissants versus, kind of like that versus Egg McMuffins. I was just messing with people. But I get a lot of response on that one too. So. What is your favorite Avengers movie? Oh, y'all asking that question in there. Okay. I got an expert on here. I'll ask him when we go on, guys. Yes, you are listening to it right here. Welcome into period number 3 on this Twisted Tuesday. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast Shout It Out Loud across the RyanORadio media page that gets you out to Spreaker as well as iHeart and more. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada and Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nations. Real radio and internet radio out there in those particular areas. And we appreciate Sue, Sweetleaf, and the crew out there tuning in. And right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE, the key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and so much more. It's the RyanORadio Penitentiary, the talk of Atlanta, because we're only station that's live all day. How many stations are live all day? Not too many. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, our Siskel, our Ebert. He gives 2 thumbs up to movies and shows that are good. And if they're not so good on Netflix, Hulu, or even out in theaters, movie shows or whatever, he gives them the stone cold Steve Austin salute. Please welcome our movie reviewer, Shane B. Good morning, Shane.
Good morning.
Brother, hope you're doing great this morning. I got a poll question this morning since Ryan Reynolds' movie took the #1 spot over the weekend. I'm asking our listeners out here, which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better? I got Free Guy, 34% so far. Deadpool, of course, 51%. R.I.P.D., 3%. And The Hitman's Bodyguard, could be also The Hitman's Bodyguard and his wife or whatever, getting 11% of the votes. There's 2 movies out there. So that's what I'm asking. There's many more to choose from, but I wanted to get more of the, comedic ones. So I know that you're into Deadpool and everything, but which out of those would you have vote that you like better of Ryan Reynolds movies?
It's absolutely Deadpool.
I knew it.
Surrounding that movie, the controversies, the backlash, why the movie was made, Ryan Reynolds getting to redeem that character from Wolverine Origins. It's just like so much more behind it besides the comedy.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. To me, Ryan Reynolds is so fun. And when he does serious movies, it's hard for me to take him serious. And he's done a lot of movies. And I don't know if his agent is trying to get him to continue to do movies because he's like, look, let's get these movies out so when AI takes over, brother, you can just sit at home. Because, we know he's got one coming out with Wolverine. We know that one, Deadpool and Wolverine, this If movie and everything. I always liked R.I.P.D. I thought it was a pretty great concept. The Hitman's Bodyguard was funny for what it was. Of course, he was in several other movies like Red Notice and everything, but Free Guy to me was kind of funny because of the concept of it being a video game. And he was the guy that, basically played the guy that would get run over every day, like it was in some kind of speed game or something. So.
Not necessarily the Hitman's bodyguard, but the Hitman's wife's bodyguard.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
I probably enjoyed that one more.
Oh, I know why.
Well, the three of them just really bounce off the comedic really well.
Right.
And seeing Selma Hayek do comedy,
Mm-hmm.
that was just a treat.
Much better.
To finally becoming him and Sam Jackson
Right.
together finally instead of against each other.
Exactly.
That was a nice touch.
Yep.
They had great comedic bouncing off of each other.
Ryan Reynolds just seems to work well with a lot of people and everything. I mean, he did the Red Notice movie with Rock and Wonder Woman girl, and he did good in that movie. He did, R.I.P.D. to me, I think they came out with a second one, but the first one, I thought it was a great movie. And for what it was, what concept it was, because of Ryan Reynolds. So yeah, I don't know. I've seen some bad Nicolas Cage movies, but I'm gonna ask you this. Do you think that a lot of times when these actors play in movies that are not so good, it's really the producing and the writing behind it, it's not the actor's skill?
Oh, I can go into that writing and directing.
I knew it.
You can definitely put a good actor in a role, and it depends on what they're being given. Like, I see that with a lot of kid actors.
Right.
Like, the kid is good.
Right.
The dialogue they're giving is, it's like they're trying to write it too much for a kid, or
Right.
too much for an adult.
Right.
If they want it has good balance, maybe Macaulay Culkin and My Girl.
Yes.
But
I agree.
definitely put a good actor in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I'll give you a Harrison Ford and the last Indiana Jones movie.
Yes. Thank you.
We know who this character is, and
Exactly.
they've taken him and turned him into a grumpy old man. So Skywalker in the Disney Star Wars. It's like, what did you do to this character? But they just have to sit there and put up with it, and they really can take it out of the movie.
That's right. You really, yes.
Live Free or Die Hard, that last one.
Oh, yes.
The writing was like too much.
Yes.
Too much comedy they're trying to inject, and he keeps screaming, "I'm on vacation." It's like, technically, you're not. You're there to find your son. It's like, let's make him keep screaming this. I got tired.
Yeah, I agree. That's what they do with a lot of movies. I mean, and we've talked about movies actors, or we talked about television actors doing good on shows and going into movies. I think the kid that played that played Miguel on, Cobra Kai, he's great for playing Miguel there. But when he did that movie about the beetle bug or whatever, it was the writing. So I agree that because I've seen so many Nicolas Cage movies. I popped one on the other day and I was like, this movie sucks. And Nicolas Cage was in it. And I was sitting there saying, okay, it's the writing and the directing and the producing or whatever the storyline is. It just not fits Nicolas Cage. So yeah, let's talk about movies. Let's talk about the top 10 movies. If is the number one movie at the box office. So thoughts? You called it.
We caught past this movie. Didn't go to the theater and see it. I was able to catch it on another source. It disappointed me with not necessarily the writing, but the story.
Okay.
Why everything was happening, and that really had high hopes for this movie because all of the people that are in it.
Right.
Of course, our Ryan Reynolds, like Kaylee Fleming as our main star little girl. She was young Rey in the Disney Star Wars movies.
Right.
And also she was Judith Grimes in
Okay.
I was sat there, and she was Sylvie and Loki. I was like, okay.
Great
I
acting.
liked her.
Right.
But then here comes the writing.
Here we
It
go.
was all written and directed by John Kerensky, Jim from The Office. And I was like, okay, I remember hearing he was getting into more directing, but he also write this. I think he should have let somebody else write it. Because and the only other thing of notoriety he's done is the Quiet Place movies, which I didn't really care for. And he also plays the dad in this movie. So it's like, this is really your pet project. So he gets Ryan Reynolds to go along with this, and that Fiona Shaw, who was Aunt Petunia in the
Right.
Harry Potter series.
Right.
And Steve Carell, Phoebe Waller-Bridge,
Oh my God.
Jr., one of his last roles.
Right.
Aquafina, George Clooney, Emily Blunt, Bradley Cooper, Matt Damon, Bill Hader, Richard Jenkins, Keegan Michael Key, Sebastian Maniscalco, Christopher Maloney. I see him doing a lot more comedy stuff. Elliot from Law and Order SVU. Sam Rockwell, Maya Rudolph, Amy Shear, John Stewart, Brad Pitt. It's like, you got an all-star lineup here. But the story felt lacking. It didn't make any sense to me. It definitely wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Right.
This is about the way the trailers kind of give it. It's like, she somehow meets up with Ryan and they're collecting imaginary friends.
Right.
Like, okay, and they come to find out they're running Ryan runs this agency with imaginary friends to rehome imaginary friends.
Right.
And all I could think of the whole time I was watching it was an imaginary friend is supposed to be, because I never had one as a kid.
Right. Me either. So.
I had my Legos and Nintendo, so.
Yeah, exactly. And I had, yeah.
But the purpose of an imaginary friend for the kid themselves to imagine said friend.
Right.
You just assign an imaginary friend to a kid, and these friends needed so that they kind of get to that in the movie too. Why it's called IF, imaginary friends.
Yeah.
It gets to that point where you're like, the reason these friends are where they are is because their kids grew up and don't need them anymore. Well, doesn't that end the imagination?
Yeah, they don't appear anymore.
Dissipate into the nether?
Yes.
It shouldn't exist anymore.
Exactly.
So I'm sitting there fighting the story the whole time, looking at it that way. And there's a scene where a little girl, Kaylee, they go into this, I don't know, they go visit a bear or something, and like her imagination takes over, and Ryan is stuck dealing with it. It's like, okay, how are you doing this? Is that good CGI?
Okay, good CGI. That's what I was going to ask.
The music was pretty fitting. It's like, whimsical and jaunty. I'll give you that. The music felt right for what was going on. And Ryan just kind of came out of nowhere when he's introduced into the movie. Not really explaining. And it goes, there's another point. It's like, why can't other people see these imaginary friends, but she can see all of them? That didn't make any sense. They had an imaginary friend therapy support group. I'm like, okay. I don't know what this movie's made for anymore. But it was real reminiscent of, kind of in a sense, you frame Roger Rabbit, the whole, we're in the real world and we have these animated characters running around. And I think it's a good mixture of that and visual effect. It felt real. How Roger Rabbit did.
Right.
The whole world
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, it took number one. Of course it took number one. Of course it was going to take number one.
Yeah.
Family movie.
A family movie.
It's only about an hour and 40 minutes long, so.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you're not stuck in the theater too long. There's some decent comedy in there, except for the very sad and drab beginning. I guess they wanted to go ahead and get the sad stuff out of the way first,
Well, that's good.
and then let's have some fun. But yeah,
I'm looking at all the imaginary characters and people. I mean, we had a reunion of two guys that were in The Office together in this movie. So voices from Steve Carell, and wow, I'm just looking at some of the big names in this. I can see how it would do well and everything. There's a lot of big names in there. And so, but overall, is it a good family film, or is it something to be like, take the kids to it, but it's not something that you want to take a date to?
it would be definitely a good kids movie.
All right.
Especially for kids that have imaginary friends.
Right.
But again, you might confuse some of the clever ones of thinking, wait, I could have just gone to the store and got a new imaginary friend, or had somebody make me one. They might see through that facade.
Okay.
I created my imaginary friend. It just come out of nowhere.
Well, I could create one too. I think
the imaginary friends are typically related to something that's personal to said kid. These are not. It's just, here you go. There you go with this one. You go with this one. But no. They're supposed to share the same likes and interests. That imaginary friend is supposed to be molded off of this kid's imagination. And that's why I have a problem with the movie. It's like you lost that aspect of childhood.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure a lot of kids are going to look past that and just see a bunch of crazy, kooky
animated characters. Yes.
Goofy stuff.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the animated characters and who are playing them, so I can see you got an alligator, you got a gummy bear, you got a big furry purple monster, a mushroom firehead, whatever. You got a blob of slime, so a robot. Yeah, I can see that the cartoons portion of the AI portion, or the cinematic portion of it, the stuff that kids are like, I can see that part and everything. So we got to get imaginary friends. Shane, that's what we need to come up with, our own imaginary friends. But when you become grown, you don't want to have that. You start thinking of a different imaginary friend.
They did one thing in the writing that really rubbed me the wrong way, because it kind of contradicts itself, where our main girl, she's trying to do something, get involved, and she says, she's not a kid. She's supposed to be 12 years old.
Right.
Like, no, you're not even a teenager yet. Yeah, you're a kid. But a little later, as she's trying to get the good graces of Ryan and help him out, then she says she's a kid. And
right.
That's why she'd be best to help him run the organization. But hold on, earlier you said you weren't a kid, so which one is it? Where's your stance on your maturity level in this movie? Because you just contradicted it.
Well, at first she wasn't a kid because she's older, but now that she gets to see all these imaginary friends that she can help out with, I need to be working, so I'm a kid. So that I could kind of see them flipping her like that and everything, because you know how some kids will tell you they're grown, and then all of a sudden they're kids. Our imaginary friends were Super Mario Brothers, so we were trying to get that flying rabbit, become that flying raccoon when it came out. Ooh. So overall, we're going to get ready to take a break. Overall, good movie for families, adults, probably not too much we could get into. We're going to talk about a few other things, what's hot and what's not with Shane B this morning. And you guys answer the poll question. It's going up, and going up. When we return, more movie and show reviews. What's hot, what's not. And good morning, Jacob A. How you doing? You guys are playing on there? Hopefully so. Back in a moment. All right. That was a good review on that one. I don't think I'm gonna watch it, but if I got I don't think I'm gonna watch it, but if I got kids around me and the family want to watch it, then I might do that. But it's not gonna be something I go and search out for. And nothing against Ryan Reynolds, but hey. Imaginary friends. Oh man, they can make a part 2 to it. Imaginary Friends Part 2. Adventures in Imaginary Land.
Oh, they easily could.
They easily could make a second one. After what you told me about it, they could easily make a second one. So when we're supposed to expect the second Mario Brothers out?
Don't want to see it if Mario and Luigi aren't going to be
Together, I agree. Well, they're going to have to this time. It'll be the princess that get taken, and they'll probably work together. Last time, I guess they wanted to put everything in that first movie, Shane, because I guess they thought, okay, we need to put all these characters that everybody knows had back in the day that were like Donkey Kong and Mario were together because of that original Donkey Kong video game, that they probably thought it wasn't going to do as well as it did, even though it wasn't a perfect movie, it did well. So they crammed too much in that first movie, I think. And too much in that movie. I think if they do another one, they can expand it a little bit more. You know, they can actually do more. He's got to come back and get the princess. Still,
That just made too much money with that first one. They can't resist it.
They're gonna have to.
I'd honestly like to see them do it in the style of Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Alter that animation a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like to see that too.
Touch on this Rangers right quick.
All right.
Odd sense of number 3.
No problem. We're going back on now. Welcome back in. It is about 31 minutes past the hour. I think about 61, 62 degrees is what it's telling me. Oh, Mr. Weatherman. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Grugan Exterminator, latest smackdown for you. We're still talking movies and shows and everything with Shane B, our movie reviewer. We talked about IF or however you want to say it out there, ladies and gentlemen. Family Adventure with Ryan Reynolds that took the #1 spot. Now, let's talk a little bit about another one that hit pretty high on there that I have not seen previews for, but obviously it did well at the box office.
The Strangers Part 1. Apparently in production right now they have Chapter 2 and 3 also on its way. And I don't know if they're going to try to do continuity series out of this, but this one is supposed to be about, your typical horror movie setup. A young couple, their car breaks down in the middle of nowhere, some creepy town, and they gotta go take refuge in a cabin and end up getting terrorized by some people in masks, like 3 people in masks. It's like, okay, you just described every other horror movie.
Yeah.
And it just did sound interesting. It somehow worked its way up to number 3, knocked down Fall Guy. I was shocked on that one.
Right.
But Rennie Harlan, and I saw that name. I was like, he's directing this. I'm like, where have I seen that name? He did Cliffhanger. He also did a Die Hard movie too.
Right.
I think it was part 2. Deep Blue Sea. Yeah, he did Die Hard 2. I enjoyed Die Hard 2. Did Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. My favorite Freddy Krueger movie.
Ah, okay.
So it kind of makes me a little curious. He did The Adventures of Fort Fairlane also. It's like, okay. I'm a little interested, but I don't. He's done some movies I really like.
Right.
But I don't like the story. It's just too generic, too basic. Might sit down and just see what they did one day. When wait for it to be streaming though.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay money is but the one movie that disappointed me this entire weekend, I think I got some answers as to why.
Okay.
But we got another Amy Winehouse movie.
Okay.
Sadly enough, this didn't crack the top 5. Looks like it got 6.
Yep, came in number 6. Yep.
Yeah, IMDb challengers. I found that a little insulting. But this movie was actually, it was put together real well. It was the whole curiosity point of where they were going to start it. The plot synopsis didn't really give it away, but they pretty much started like right at the beginning of her like getting gigs at different little pubs and clubs.
Right.
So she kind of has a name for herself. People kind of know who she is, and they always love to hear her sing. And they go through her home life. She stays with her mom/grandma. No, she stays with her mom.
Right.
But the way they put this together, the progression,
Right.
kind of irritated me because it's like I don't want you to hold my hand, but I guess you would really have to know about her career in life to understand where they're at time-wise, year-wise, because they just kind of skip a little section here. Oh, now she's doing this. Now she's signed with the record label. Oh, now she's playing her first big concert theater, whatever. Oh, now she's playing Greenpeace. It's just kind of boom, boom,
Progressive.
boom,
Yeah.
While I don't know how to say this properly, but it felt like there was too much music in this musical. It's listed as a musical drama / biopic.
Right.
But every 5 seconds, I swear she's singing. It's like, okay, I get it. Sing.
Yeah.
And of course they had to end the movie with her singing. Now,
Right.
one of the things about this is Marissa Bella. She plays Amy.
Right.
The best thing I recognize her from is she's in the Barbie movie somewhere. She's like Teen Barbie or something. But they were going to use lip singing. Sam Taylor Johnson, director, did 50 Shades of Grey, did some Elton John videos. So I was like, okay, I like that touch. You got somebody that has directed music videos to come in and do a musical. I always like that choice. But they were doing what I've read, they were doing the practice sessions for the movie, rehearsals and stuff, and like she would kind of just sing on her own a little bit.
Right.
And they Okay. But you know what? Let's try it. You sing.
Okay.
And they put her with vocal coaches and stuff, and she did all the singing in the movie. I was like, okay.
Okay.
I can sing.
Not too bad. Okay.
There was a lot of time spent on the love life. Maybe too much. This is almost a 2-hour movie.
Wow.
I think they could have got it down to about an hour and a half.
Okay.
40. Easily. But there was just long, drawn out scenes of them. I think one of the main ones was when she met her husband, Blake.
Right.
And they're hanging out at this pub playing pool. And they went on for like 10 minutes. I was like, man, I gotta shorten this down a little bit. But there's just a lot of that. They really eminent about her, how she has a strong stance against hard drugs.
Right. Yeah, we saw that. Yes.
She only wanted to smoke the marijuana and, drink.
Right. Just want to do the regular stuff.
But there's a good point. Somewhere about halfway through the movie, as she's getting more famous, she can't handle the paparazzi. She loses her mother, and it's like you just see the change in her. She's drinking heavier. And, they don't show the build up; they just show the funeral scene. And next thing you know, she's on the floor drunk, and it's just like, okay, this is the next day, and apparently some time has passed. And I was like, okay, you just gotta figure out these things on your own. There's so many scenes of her getting tattoos. I was like, there's really no rhyme or reason for it. She doesn't say anything about getting tattoos. Like, maybe drop a line about tattoos make me feel blah, blah, blah. No. This is always going to tattoo bar. Okay.
Right. Oh, man.
Just a lot of the rockiness between her and Blake.
Right.
And what they went through with their relationships, like random changes of tone throughout the movie. One minute it seems like it's a happy moment. Next thing you know, she's like, freaking out on a bender, just losing her mind. But all in all, I think it was put together nicely. It's definitely met with some criticism.
I'm sure.
So we got here, Fox News did a report that Fox wasn't criticizing the movie; they were just reporting on something for the BBC. How the movie is facing backlash over the handling of the dad and Blake. Like how, that's another article, but
right.
Fans claim that, according to the BBC, fans that were basically sneaking shots while they were shooting on the street.
Right.
A certain scene. It's a certain scene. They called her makeup and hair revolting and claimed the movie was exploiting and sensationalizing her story. They're like, you're judging this over one scene they're shooting that is quite believable. This is something that Benny would have went through. Everybody knew she was a mess.
Yes. 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 If we stop making movies about the life of these people, then we need to go back and pull Richie Valens, all the way back to Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, Jimi Hendrix, and every one of them. Movies that were about these people.
Upon hearing stuff like this, Marissa did an interview with Harper's Bazaar UK, saying she wasn't surprised over the criticisms. People felt tightly connected to Amy and want to keep ownership over her legend. They were like, yeah, that sounds right. Gatekeepers. It's like, how dare you? This is our Amy. This is how she was. And it was like, you didn't sound like you really knew Amy.
Right, exactly.
She was not an angel.
No.
The 2015 movie, Amy leaned more into, because it was some other point of criticism, how that movie leaned more into her dad exploiting her. And of course, he always denied these allegations, but we'll never get the full story when she come with hardcore proof.
Exactly.
He never said anything about it.
Nope.
He says they had a wonderful relationship. And
What?
the same thing with Blake, too. If anybody seemed like he exploited her, it was him.
Yes. I can see that.
But at the same time, you know, the movie kind of makes it seem like he's distant,
Right.
then he's close, then he's distant, and then he's close. It's like, it's just going back and forth. Rolling Stones, Andy Green of Rolling Stones, he had that nerve to fact check the movie, but that doesn't surprise me coming from Rolling Stone.
Right. Fact check the movie.
Got a good cast in this movie, you know, Marissa Bellas, Amy, Blake was played by Jack O'Connell from Ferrari and 300 Resident Empire. Dad was played by Eddie Marson from The Gentleman, Ray Donovan series. The grandma, Leslie Manville, she played Princess Margaret in The Crown.
Right.
Nick, her manager, Sam McKinnon, not sure who he is. He's done a lot of TV. And the mom was played by Juliette Cohen from Shameless.
Okay.
That was not a bad cast. I think everybody played their roles really well. Like I said, there's so much music. And it's not just like dropping the music. They'll play like whole songs. Like she'll perform whole songs.
Oh, really?
Another place where we could have cut some time out. And of course, they did the song Rehab. You know,
Of course.
they reached that point in the movie where Nick, her manager, makes a suggestion she should probably go to rehab. And of course, she's like, she didn't want to go. And the dad's like, she doesn't need to go to rehab at this time. And then finally, later, she has that vision or dreams of having a kid, and she decides, well, I'm going to go to rehab.
Ah! Wow.
And you know, they're watching the Grammys, and she won like 5 Grammys, and she did a live tie-in from London, and of course she performed the song Rehab,
Right.
and they played the whole song.
Oh, wow.
The whole song. It's like, I think they gotta play the entire song. I know you're trying to honor her music and show respect
Yes.
to her craft, but you're shorting this down just a little.
That's what most of them do. They don't play the whole song. I mean, Buddy Holly, yeah, you could probably play it in that movie. You could probably play most of his songs. They were about 2 minutes. So, but yeah, wow, this sounds like an interesting movie. I can't see why it did not hit at least the top 5, this weekend. But so much.
I think it's fan backlash. I think a lot of her fans didn't go see the movie.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I can piece together, especially with all these criticisms and kind of what I was thinking before is like, well, didn't we already do an Amy Winehouse movie?
Right.
Why do I need to go see another one? I think that might have something to do with it.
Could have been. Yeah. Well, they take different points of view with it. So, it sounds like it's a movie that it's interesting, but there's just too much music in it. If you really enjoy her music, then you're probably going to enjoy the movie. So.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I wouldn't say it was a bad movie.
Right.
I think if you're an Amy Winehouse fan, it's definitely worth a watch. Probably for Marissa herself.
Right.
The singing she did, and she said she wasn't trying to replicate Amy's voice.
Right.
She's just trying to sing the songs to the best of her ability and pay honor to them. So I would say that's fine. You can hear it in some of the songs, but a lot of them it does sound like she's trying to do that. She even learned how to play guitar for this
Wow, really?
Outside of limousine, yeah. And of course, that was met with criticism on Twitter. It's like, oh, just make her. Look at these people, these unhinged fans. And, I want to hear her music. I don't want to hear somebody doing karaoke and this. And that. Like the work this girl put in to play this character.
Right.
You want to hear Amy songs? Then go. I'm sure you got her albums. Go listen to them. Don't watch the movie, man.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad she did a good job and went and learned, and she put herself out there. That sounds good. Well, Shane, as always, it's great having you with us, talking about what's hot, what's not, movies, and we talked about all these great movies. Let's go ahead and tell everybody how they can follow you and all that good stuff before we let you get out of here.
We are Sick 2210 on YouTube. This weekend, we got this awaited sequel of Mad Max Furiosa.
Ooh, I can't wait.
To see how this is going to turn out.
We already know it's going to hit number one, though.
Oh, it's got to. But it's going to be interesting to see a Mad Max movie without Mad Max.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, we'll really have a lot to talk about next week.
Maybe a cameo gets snuck in there somewhere, just real quick. Maybe he's passing by. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll definitely see. All right. Well, we're going to take a break, guys. Come back, and we'll close out the show after this. I want to thank Shane for being with us. He'll be back with us on Tuesday next week for more movie reviews. Back in a moment. All right, brother. That was great as always.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of mixing this back to blood.
Oh, I could tell.
Oh, yeah, that too. It was rated R. It's like, I don't think it deserved an R rating, but, there's language. And I guess because of the drug use, but.
That could have been what it was.
Away with a PG-13 if they, just subtly did some things.
I think so too. Well, I think, I thought it was just at first them showing her, but now that I know it's a movie, it's interesting. So. I love those biopics.
She looked great in the part. I can give kudos to the makeup department and the hair department. They nailed her look.
Yeah, I can look and see that her. Yeah, she looks just like her. Wow.
I'd almost put it up there with the Elvis movie. Aaron boy, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Elvis with an A. I'd give this one about an B-.
Okay. Well, that's cool. That's good. All right, brother, I'm going to let you go so I can get ready to get out of here or get this show done so I can get all the other stuff I need to do today. We'll talk again next week.
All right.
All right, take care.
All right.
Bye. This chat is rated RW, rated RW for RW Smackdown. What's going on, guys? I missed something. What did I miss? I keep trying to figure out why he says he's going to be banned. Let's hope they call back again. We want you guys to go back again there. Come on. All right, which of these Ryan Reynolds movies, ladies and gentlemen, do you like better? Stop, computer. Dadgum. Ground the control to major tone. We're stepping through the door. There you go. All right. Which of these Ryan Reynolds movies do you like better? Free Guy got 32% of the votes, 54% going to Deadpool, 3% going to RIPD, and the Hitman's Bodyguard getting 11% of the votes today on our poll question. Thank you very much, ladies and germs, for being part of the show. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. Horrifying History 101 in the final period. Get your pens and papers ready. Professor Brenda Gasky joins us for another history moment being stained by the blood of the unknown tomorrow morning on Horrifying History. And then Thursday, True Crime Thursday, is going to be our good friend, Courtney Lizo from the Book of the Dead podcast that she co-hosts with her mother about another unsolved homicide. That's coming up this week. Bucky, really? I saw you were in there getting on to him, Cher. I told you she's an OG. You got to pay Cher off. Told you. Good thing Gail wasn't in there. Her and Gail would have been like, it's time to take the batons from the guards and beat down the rest of the inmates. Well, Red Bricks, it's good seeing everybody here this morning. One more note of some news this morning. Bel Air Season 3 Peacock Time Bandits starring Lisa Kudrow series is coming to Apple Plus TV in July. And Lenny Kravitz's Blue Electric Light show is heading in October to Las Vegas. So there you go. I know you don't. Buckaroo. You should have said it, Red Bricks. I didn't tell everybody R.W. Smackdown is a kid. He's 12. Guys can't pick at him. He gets in there and talks wrestling, and that's all he does. He said what? When he said what, he was talking about Stone Cold what. So anybody was like, well, what was he talking about? I said that Shane was the Stone Cold Steve Austin. He did what Stone Cold Steve Austin did the movies and not so bad. And he said, what? So I knew that's what he was doing. Hey, I just got banned. I just got banned for 20 minutes. How? For what? What'd you get banned for? Did it tell you? Wow. Some of the people who come in this feed should be banned forever. You know, that we've had in the past, like the Adams and all them that are going to hear, crackhead, or Joe Bama, who was on the other day. I'm Joe Bama. My mama told me I'm smart. Mama gave him a timeout again. Mom probably would have given him a timeout if he was acting up. And you better do what your mom says. For saying Buckaroo, how can you get banned from somebody banning you on my page? I can only ban people off this page. See, this is why radio will continue to be the king of the world and on the stream sites, because radio never gets banned for anything. TV magic, said Red Bricks. Radio never gets banned for anything. I mean, unless you cuss or say something, then you get an FCC violated. You get paid for violating the FCC things. But other than that, wow. It was his word only. Okay. Reported you for that. Well, our Red Bricks said it 1,000 times. I saw him saying Buckaroo in there or something. Oh my goodness. I have to check on all that. I didn't know that you got, that's why I like radio. That's why I like only radio. That's why I do radio and streaming and win. That's why I tell everybody. Made him cry. RW, you can't be crying, buddy. You got to take on U.S. champion Logan Paul for the title. You cannot be crying. You got to be the champion. There's no crying in wrestling. You got banned from YouTube for 20 minutes. Hit the name, pop up, opens up, reports, and block. Wow. Thank you, Pete. How? It's not like any of you guys are threatening to murder the president on here. It's not like any of you guys are threatening to kill your fellow neighbors because they don't vote the way you vote. It's unbelievable to me over one thing. Wow. Oh, what's up, Devin B? How you doing? Hey, you're my favorite. I'm popping in right now, and you're making it easier to slip out. Thanks. Thanks so much. You're my idol. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate that. You made me laugh. God bless you too. Jesus loves you. God bless you all. Jesus loves you. Thank you, Chili. I appreciate you. Wow. I was doing an interview, so I didn't know what was going on there, buddy. Thank you, Chelly. God bless you. Devin. Dang. All right, we're going to get out of here. We appreciate everybody being with us. Stay tuned for our last hour broadcast at the top of the hour with Deborah Harris, sponsored by Union City Church. We follow that up, ladies and gentlemen, with Passion Life Church with Pastor Terrell Scott. And then the best afternoon sports lineup in the business, 12 to 5. RP show today with Moose. Darren DuPont will take over for the week. And then 2 to 3 is the Sports Beat Rich Holder, and 3 to 5 is Braves Country. See you guys later. See you guys later. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Try to treat everyone the utmost respect. We'll make sure you don't get blocked next time. Don't worry. I mean, it's not like you said anything. Wow. Devin, I got to block you, Devin. I'm just kidding. Why blocking a kid? Jesus Christ, man. Working Tuesday. Yes, Twisted Tuesday, but you got that right. All right, guys, you have a great day. Treat one another with utmost respect, and we'll make rules that you can't do that. Don't worry, you won't be blocked again, RW SmackDown. We'll make sure of it. Have a good day, guys, and night and evening.